One, here we are! Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Covencraft, our new series featuring some phenomenal folks. Speaking of those phenomenal folks, why don't we give them a little introduction, starting with Sylvia.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sylvia, or Shadow Sylvia, or just Shadow. Any combination is great for me. I use she, her pronouns. Do I need to say something else? Do I say, are we saying anything? Are
I
we
think,
keeping
you're okay.
everything
Who
above
are you
board,
playing?
below board? I'm playing Stephanie.
Fantastic. Next up, let's have Kate.
Oh my goodness, that is me. Hello, I am Kate, also known as Kate the Great Cosplays. Also, if you're on Twitch, known as Don't Kill My Character. And I am playing, my pronouns as Kate are she, her, and I am playing Ro, pronouns she, they.
Awesome stuff. Yuri. Oh, I think something's telling me here. Yep. Nope, you're gonna have to go run that one more time. I'm so sorry.
What did you do?
We couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. And it's just you.
It's just me.
It was
I'm
just
gonna
you that
take
they
that as a
couldn't
hate
hear.
crime, Haven.
Well,
All right.
show up on time to the, thing and
Called out.
That's fighting
Absolutely
words.
called out.
Not everybody too. That's so rude. Rude. But I guess I'll go again. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are all as excited as I am. My name is Yudi, pronouns she, they. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yudi and the Beast absolutely everywhere. And today I am going to be playing Ren, pronouns she, they as well.
awesome stuff. Maz.
Hi, I'm Maz. Oh my god, I didn't know when the voice would crack, but there it is. Sorry. You can find me everywhere at Mozzarella, or here on Twitch. I mean, and everywhere else, it's Mozzarella. And on Blue Sky. But I'll be playing God, Kavya Madhavan or Kavya. They also share my pronouns she they.
Rock on. And last but certainly not least, Rosie.
Hi, I'm Rosalie. Please feel free to use any shortened version thereof. I love nicknames. You can find me on all my social media at Rosateers. I'll spell it in my outro. Don't worry about it. I am playing Miriam Lackey here today.
Awesome. And we're all so excited to have every single one of you. I am Haven. I am your chronicler for this series, and I run the Twitch for the network that you're watching on. But enough about us. Let's talk characters. First character being, you guessed it, Miriam. How do you start your day?
Wonderful. I forgot to mention pronouns, so this is a great chance for me to do that.
They have it on the layout. It's okay.
Yeah, she, her for me, she, they for Miriam. I think Miri is up a little bit earlier than you would expect. She actually does get up. We live in an apartment in an old, was it a paper mill? That has been converted. We are up several floors up. I believe we said we were on the 12th floor. And I think Miri does pay for a newspaper subscription for our apartment. So she is up. She takes her shower, she gets her makeup on, and she actually does make coffee for everybody to share and is at the table reading the paper like a middle-aged man.
How does one read a paper like a middle-aged man?
You read the paper at the breakfast table with coffee, duh.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I'm not a middle-aged man. I never will be.
You've never lived with a middle-aged man. That's what they do.
We don't need to get into that right now. All right. So Miriam is at the table reading the paper, like I'm told, a middle-aged man. Kavya, what are you up to? How do you start your day?
If it's pretty early, they would probably have left for like the studio to practice. But if it's just like a day where they don't have practice or anything like that, they are they're probably in one of the rooms that's kind of I don't know, the third room that's like off to the side or something. Um, they're not a morning person, so except for like dance practice, but so they're like under covers. We can still hear like the ocean sounds going on the clock, and just like full blackout curtains and everything. So they're just like snoring.
Awesome. Love that. Um, next, we've got Ren.
So, Ren would be up in the attic where she has made her room, her little home. Um, and she has put sort of like those extra large yoga mats next to what she made her bed, and which is like an inflatable bed, by the way, because the only way to get up to the attic right now is through the fire escape, and there was no way in hell she was going to drag an actual mattress up there. um, but she has those extra large yoga mat next to her bed, and she every morning she does like stretches and a little bit of like a little workout where it's just like push-ups and like sit-ups and stuff like that to start her day.
Awesome.
Yeah, she actually has muscles. Unlike
Muscles.
me.
Um, and now we've got Ro. How does Ro start their day?
Ro is not inside the building that the rest of our friends in Coven are in. Ro is in a tent set up a ways away, not too far for her to walk, but probably too far for most people to want to walk. And they will wake up probably pretty much with the sun and start packing up the tent, packing up their things, and stashing it somewhere that is enough out of the way, because if they do need to if they do choose to and get to sleep in the tent again tomorrow night, they're going to want to set it up somewhere new. And they probably will make their way after clearing their tent to the apartment where the rest of their friends are.
Cool. Awesome. And Stephanie, last but not least.
Stephanie stumbles out of bed with this cacophony that like seems to echo throughout the entire apartment building. It sounds like there's pots and pans clashing in why pots and pans, who knows, but that's the sound that is the closest to describe this noise. um and Stephanie's door flies open. She's in like a big oversized sweatshirt, and just shuffles over to the pot of coffee, stirs in some grass-fed butter, sprinkles in a good heaping of cinnamon, a little bit of cocoa powder, uh, and then walks over to sit down in one of the array of chairs, but does carefully like counts the chairs twice in a circle before she chooses one to sit down.
Also, for the record, if
Fantastic.
anybody is more of a tea girly, I do have just like a kettle of hot water, like an electric kettle that we got probably at a garage sale, um,
Rock on.
ready for you as well.
Love that. Love that. Um, all of this is happening in the small town of Lone Creek, a town in the kind of ass end of nowhere, upstate New York, situated right next to Blue Lake Mountain, known for its Blue Lake. The lake next to Lone Creek is not Blue Lake, but Lone Creek is a fair sight bigger than its closest neighbor, which is, I mean, you guessed it, Blue Mountain Lake, the town. Uh, it is larger than a lot of the places around it, but it's not too large. It's only got a few thousand people living in there, and when I say a few, I do mean three. Um, and today, at this time, the morning is breaking over this lovely, quaint little town as Ro begins their walk in the brisk morning air in the pre dawn and dawn thereafter light. Some folks sleeping in, some folks getting ready, some folks doing kind of a mixture of both. All of you know one thing. Today is Circle Day. Shauna has sort of set up a schedule. Shauna being, of course, your friend and mentor, who is a professor at the university that a lot of you go to. That is Twin Lakes University. Has set up sort of a schedule of when your circle meets, and does a nice, usually quite healing and calming ritual. And that day is today. So, on the docket for all of you is to prepare for this, and for some of you even probably to go to class. Would anyone like to give us a bit of a description of your day to day, or if you're awake in the same room, maybe give us a little role play of the day to day?
The emphasis on the syllable was very funny there. I'm sorry, Haven.
I do try.
You do succeed.
You do succeed. Goodness.
Ro will absolutely come on in, just let herself into the apartment and grab the old tea kettle and pour herself some tea.
What
So
does
she
Ro
was-
get up to? Because Ro is one of the ones who doesn't go to classes.
Yeah, Ro will probably just be hanging out with you guys until you go, and then Ro's going to go to whatever the job of the moment is, which is going to be working at a grocery store.
Do you think she makes the time to like make another like loop out into the wilderness to get some like gather some
Oh, yeah.
stuff for Circle Day and such?
Oh yeah, she like probably as she's arriving and making tea in the apartment, she also has just new things to drop off, different like some of it is herbs and plants she's gathered, some of it is just really cool rocks that she found. Some of it is like pine cones and such. Just like maybe there was a patch of dirt that felt really soft to her, so she took some of that dirt and brought it in as well. So she's going to add those to a collection that she's been making. Hopefully, you guys have been adding things to for Circle Day. That's going to get dropped off as well. And probably just good morning.
First episode, we got to get into it.
I'm putting us in roleplay.
Yeah.
Roleplay.
Thank you.
I would still be up there by myself, but I feel like because they're on the 12th floor, I'm right up them. I can hear when they wake up, especially especially a certain
Stephanie.
someone.
Stephanie.
Oh yeah, when Stephanie wakes up, everyone hears it.
With a bang. And so as she was doing like her morning like workout, she would probably come downstairs kind of ready for a run. Notice that like the rest of the girls are also awake. And then yeah, just be like, hey, so does everybody have class today? Anybody want to go for a morning run?
I would love to run with you. The sun was shining really nicely on one of the trees back there, and I wanted to take another moment to appreciate that.
Are you really sure you don't
Right.
want to eat some breakfast first?
I heard, well, I usually do all my workout stuff before breakfast, and then you get breakfast as a reward.
I can also probably just find some food along the trail to eat.
I don't do delayed
Sure.
gratification, but thank you. I'm just eating like plain toast. I did not make an extravagant breakfast or something.
All right, that's fine.
I can bring some things that you guys like back from the grocery store, and maybe we can do like a special meal before the circle.
Ooh, yeah. Can you bring back limes? Do you think they have limes? They should have limes, but only 7 limes. No more. No, it has to
What
be
do we
7.
need 7 limes for? When if you're making a drink, like isn't 1 or 2 good?
7 is a good number, though. 7's a better
Yeah.
number than 1 or 2.
It has pleasing angles.
Right.
I understand.
Sound like my dad.
I'm gonna.
You say that
I'll catch you guys
very
later.
often.
She starts
I don't know if
walking
you
out
realize-
for the run. and like doesn't wait to see if she's being followed or not.
Ro is like, Ro will probably say that Ren is probably the only person that I struggle to catch up with if I give them a head start. So I'm gonna go run with Ren, but I will get the 7 limes. Anything else? I do have a phone now, so just text me.
We can text you now. Yes. Thank
I
you.
love
Calling
that's
is
a new development.
It's a flip phone. It's a track phone.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
burner phone.
Yeah. It's like it's not a smartphone at all. And if you text, like, in Ro will not text back. Like, it can read text, but Ro's never going to text you. Ro's always going to call. All right, I'm gonna go. Ro heads off to run with Ren.
Sylvia, do you think, because we have very similar areas of study, do you think we have class, like our first classes or something like that?
Yes. I think we have to start the day with one of our general elective classes though, like not one of the ones that has anything to do with our actual major.
Mhm.
But I think we both had to take a math class, but I convinced you to sign up for Intro to Logic, which fulfills the math requirement when not doing actual math.
Excellent. Okay, excellent. That means I don't have to deal with my dad. Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
We scoured that course book to find that class, actually.
Yes, we did. We both online and the physical course book that was like
Yeah.
300 pages. Yeah, we had
We
both.
definitely, I did also have to threaten the registrar because it was full. Your computer did freeze when it was sign up day.
We had 3 tabs open and we kept hitting refresh and then it wouldn't go through.
I got signed up just fine.
Yeah. No, for me, my computer actually started smoking a little bit on that day.
As it does. You say
it
on that
does.
day like it doesn't
It frequently does.
most of the time.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like we kind of get ready. Stephanie will water the rosemary and lavender plants by the front door before leaving.
Awesome.
I think does Kavya loop back around to the place to get some breakfast after her rehearsal, or
If they had woken up for this, they probably would grab a couple like pizza of toast and stuff, but before they leave for class, they'll probably check all the smoke alarms. And so then they're just like,
I think
okay.
we now have a habit where we make sure Stephanie isn't the last one to leave.
Yeah.
There's definitely a routine there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They kind of mop up any spills. Bananas are now not allowed in the house, and banana peels are supposed to be thrown away outside. At least for their kind of mentality, like Kavya would just don't want to fall before like a class. So they're kind of looking it for themselves as too, but that's what they'll do in the quiet. So while everybody was talking, they were just like eating like an apple and some toast.
Rock on.
Yeah, we definitely, it makes us a little sad that we can't compost those banana peels anymore.
No,
Well,
it's okay. We'll just give them to Ro.
there we go. The two of you who are not going to school today, well, actually, hold on. Was Ren going to school today? I know Ren doesn't technically attend, but
Not really. I think after the run, since today is one of those days where all 3 of the girls that go to school have classes, and there is actually some quiet at the apartment after the run. She'd run whatever small errands she had, and then they would go back upstairs and start like polishing and sharpening their knives or daggers, or a pair of daggers.
awesome. Love that. So for the two of you who are on a run at the moment, you run through the forest that is very close to this renovated paper mill. This renovated paper mill was on the edge of town. It was sort of in the area of where like Old Town was. Like a lot of New England places and a lot of just cities in general have like an old town. Um, and so once things kind of got more built up, that area kind of fell out of fashion. That's why it's nice and cheap to rent there. A lot of college kids do that. And it's very close to like the sort of forest around you, the Adirondack forest around you. Um, and it's a beautiful, beautiful run, genuinely. The two of you sort of make good time. It's a nice, good sort of runner's high. Like the air is nice and crisp. It's perfect for running in. Um, Too long and it might start to hurt because it's nice and cold. But you guys are both experienced. You know the area. You're both totally gonna have a good time doing this. As you're running, would you like to describe what you two look like?
Oh, yeah, I forgot we have physical forms.
Me
So
every day. So gender, honestly.
what even is a physical form? So you would see uh Ren has her hair in braids and they're all nice and tied up even further. They believe in, being efficient and things not getting in the way, and long hair is new for them. So the most comfortable is wrapped up. They are kind of like a very nice like olive y skin tone. They're relatively tall for a like their age. She is like 5'7", uh which if you guys know me in real life, I'm 5 flat, so I'm just dreaming here. She is 5'7". You could see that she doesn't have like bulging muscles, but she's very lean, right? Like you can tell that this person works out, and that if they punched you it would hurt a lot.
That's the
uh
key takeaway.
that is what you want to take away from all of this. Very minimal. They don't really have any jewelry or anything in their hands. They have these like black kind of like half gloves that I have but I couldn't find. And yeah, nothing really else besides some small crystals dangling from their ears. Like no real kind of anything to them as far as like jewelry or makeup. A very practical looking person. So they're just looking ahead, not even turning around to really admire the view or anything. They're just literally counting their breaths because that's part of their routine.
Okay, yeah. Some real Chris Traeger shit going on. Ro.
I love how well that sets Ro up to be pretty much the opposite. Ro is not practically dressed really at all. Like is I mean has a jacket on, jean jacket, very cool, thrifted. And basically is always wearing like summer camp color and style clothing, just, putting layers over it as needed. Um and she has strawberry blonde hair that she just lets go long. I mean, if she needs to put it in a ponytail, she will. She likes to keep it ponytail length, so she always has the option, and always wearing a scrunchie on the wrist for that too. Definitely kind of like how I'm wearing, like has the headband, has necklaces, knows that she can go fast no matter what she's wearing, so she doesn't have to wear special workout clothes. And yeah, she's just kind of like whatever I want to wear is what I'm gonna wear, and whatever I want to do is what I'm gonna do, and they don't need to match. Um, so she's- and it's like if I get sweaty because I'm not wearing the right workout clothes, yes, I get yes. You work out, you get sweaty, yes. And also she what is physical bodies, she's not really focused on her physical body. She's focused on everything around her. She's not counting her breaths. She is counting like, how many different birds she hears because she can identify that and the different types of trees that she's seeing if she's counting anything at all. Or really she's just taking it all in. The sunlight on the tree that she spoke of earlier, she notices that it moved on to its neighbor, and that's just very cool to her. Marking some places that she might want to stop and pick up some more things later on, like maybe if a leaf fell off from that nice sun tree, she's going to grab one of those leaves from the forest floor to bring to take that little bit of sunlight. Um, so they'll be going at a slower pace than Ren, but still knowing where Ren is, keeping Ren in the sight so that if Ren stops, they can join up and take a moment together, but also knowing that Ren's objective is to run and Rose's objective is to more observe.
Gotcha. Awesome. Love that.
Yeah.
And I think, barring anything too crazy, it's just a normal morning run. It's lovely. Rose, you sort of take the scenic route, heading through the woods farther than Ren goes, just to pick up some stuff for Circle Day, and to eventually meander your way into your job, hopefully on time. Who knows
If
at this point?
if I'm too late to this job too many times, I will get another job.
I mean, yeah, honestly, there you go, right? Um, and Ren, you sort of you get where you know you want to go, and then you turn back, and you get back, and you do the thing you want to do. Period. um, so while those
I
two
think
sort of
like at one point, if like before Ro moves past Ren, if Ren like would have been stopping to, I don't know, you doing some different type of workout while you're not running. I feel like you would stop and like do push-ups or planking. Is that right?
I can 100% see that. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think
It's
like
more,
at that,
you know,
turning point between like then Ro's gonna wander off and gather things and then probably go to work. Just like take a moment to say, how you doing?
what do you mean?
I don't know. That's a question people ask. It's not a question you answer.
I mean, I don't usually do small talk, really.
Yeah,
Aren't you like really late to work now? I can take the
maybe.
stuff back if you want, so you don't have to.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Just hand you like just like lots of pockets full of their jean jacket of just random pieces from outside.
Oh
Like
God.
there's no bag. It's just in all these different pockets of the jean jacket and the pants. Just hands them to you. Thank you. That's helpful.
She's regretting her life decisions right now. But and even though it sounded like, oh, I'll do this for you to be nice, she just wants to make sure there isn't going to be anybody else in the apartment so she can have some real like meditative alone time with her knives.
Mhm.
But
Um,
she's regretting that now.
so I'm getting the 7 limes. Was there anything that you wanted from the grocery store?
Uh no, not really.
All
You're
right, I won't
fine.
get you anything then. That's okay. Um, see ya
She's
later.
already
There.
heading back.
Cool.
oh boy, the chemistry is electric, gang.
And Ro goes to work eventually.
Phenomenal stuff.
Ro has
All right.
fully forgotten what time they're supposed to be there. It's just I get there when I get there.
Ro operates on like actual sun hours and not what it says on the clock. Daylight savings fucks her up so bad.
So true. No, Ro is like the cat that like meows at you when like the cat knows that it's dinner time, but it's not on the clock anymore. Yep.
100%. 100%.
Ro
We
does
love
not
that.
understand daylight savings canon.
Canon. Benjamin Franklin. Who the fuck is that? All right. As those two go about the sort of main part of their day, we have 3 people. excuse me, 3 people. I swear I'm an adult. Uh, that are going towards generally the same place. We know that Stephanie and Miriam have the same class today. Kavya, you don't have class with them, do you?
Nope.
So where are you headed specifically? in the Twin Lakes University?
This is where all the dance major information just comes to my brain. Practice.
Fantastic. Everybody, standing ovation. So this room, this practice room, is actually a series of smaller practice rooms. It's basically like someone cut a gymnasium into eighths, right? You've got the mirrors on the wall, you've got the bars, you've got the polished, even wooden floor, as anyone probably could imagine. Your instructor, Dr. Maheshwaran, is there obviously at all times. It almost feels like she lives there. Some people are worried, but it's okay. And welcomes you into practice. Now, what is your sort of process for practicing? Now, I know that you said that you have a very specific type of dance that you are learning.
Yeah, but I think like at least in the beginning, at least I'm guessing they have all kinds of different classes on like different dance, and then like structural like theory kind of classes that fit. So they might all have the same like starting where there is getting ready with the equipment or stretching or something like that. But their specific practice is Bharatanatyam, and they start with like before they get into dance, every Bharatanatyam dancer starts with a dance step to kind of, it's not like, it's like a prayer or not like apology, but like it's like to the earth saying we're going to like dance here and step here. So they will do that, step forward and put like these anklets on that have like 4 rows of like bells. They'll put their hair in like a plate and like a little braid, and anything that is loose fitting or something like that, like try to tie around or put like a shawl around their waist to like tie around there as a belt, because having like hip, like everything still at the hip is very important. So they're trying to do that, stretch. They're practicing like their like their mudras, their everything together, and trying to repeat like the beat that they know over and over in their head so they can like have it. What is that thing that I always forget, but I know my word in Malayalam, but I can't. It's the one that goes like, don't know the
Metronome.
I never know the, yeah. Because I have it in my brain, but I'm like, I never know the like the English word for it. But like that's what's playing in our head, that rhythm back and forth. And trying to just focus in that. That is her meditation, that is her space. Whatever exists outside that door, he does not care about.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. How about we have a roll here? Let's just see how in tune you are today. Let's just see how sort of with it you are on this particular day. So go ahead and give me. I'll let you choose. This is a task. It's going to either be dexterity plus dance, or it's going to be willpower plus dance.
Oh, for sure, dexterity. And is this a D20?
It's a D10.
D10?
Yeah, so D10 and then add both of those bonuses to it.
Giving my D10 some love for the first time ever.
Honestly, yeah.
We gotta get y'all into a Monsters and Other Childish Things game.
Please, please. All the games, always.
I have a.
But December.
So it will be plus dexterity plus dance.
Mm-hmm.
14.
14. Wow. Okay. Yeah. 5 above 9. You are with it today. You are in tune, you're in the flow, you've done this a lot. This is what you are here to do. You are very, very, let's say, you're practiced, but today feels a little different. There is something extra in the air today that you detect as you dance. You're not quite in tune enough for anything to start happening around you, but you definitely feel it in the air. Today is, I don't know. So there's something different about today. Now the two who are going to, what did you say, logic? Intro to logic?
Intro to logic.
Some math shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ugh,
It's
I
a
hate
Fantastic.
philosophy
class.
class.
Yeah.
Some math shit I don't know. Okay.
Pattern recognition.
You guys head towards the philosophy and classics department. Or really, it would be classics and philosophy, but it's not the
We
English
do it
department.
different here at
Shut
Twin Lakes.
up.
That's Twin Lakes' motto. We do it different here.
Honestly, I'm fine with making that canon.
It's going in the group notes.
Yeah, so you guys head towards the smaller classroom. I mean, I think a lot of us have seen at least a high school classroom before, and you can get the vibe. And your professor, I don't know, Professor Williams, who teaches intro to logic? Professor Williams.
Sounds like a guy who would cheat intro to logic.
Yeah, right, exactly. This sort of graying, shorter guy. He's got like big Coke bottle glasses on. And he uses that like classic, he uses that pointer with like the little finger, like hand pointing at the end. And he's like, get into class, folks. Today we're going to learn about logic. Now, can anybody tell
Don't we
me
do that every day?
what?
Don't we do that every day?
Do what?
Learn about logic in this class.
Well, yes. That doesn't mean we're not doing it today. Anyway, we're going to learn about logic. So, can anybody tell me about Plato's theses? Good, I haven't taught him to you yet. Okay, so today we're going to look at... And he sort of launches into
I was
this
gonna
long
say,
lecture.
I can, but I'm not in that class.
He sort of launches into this long lecture, constantly pointing with that little pointer finger at this PowerPoint that's like got way too many words on it. And it's all just black text on a white background, nothing else kind of shit. So as you progress through this class, you guys sort of, you also feel like a ripple in the air almost, like something's different about today. Like this class is boring as fuck. But something about it kind of energizes you, right? Like you're just sort of with it today. It's weird. It's almost like there's, if you've ever licked a 9-volt battery, I know it's a weird thing to fucking say, but like it tingles a lot, and it's kind of like that feeling. You know what I mean?
Rosie hasn't, but Miriam definitely has. So yeah.
Are you okay?
I grew up very analog, okay? I had to entertain myself. I thought that was an easy cultural touchstone. Turns out I'm still living in the 80s.
No,
Anyway.
I was just a weenie. That's the
thought
reason
that
I
was a
haven't. 'Cause I
shared
was too much of a weenie to
experience.
do it.
There's not so much to do in upstate New York.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I didn't grow up in upstate New York, but I grew up in South Dakota, and let me tell you, some people do. I was too much of a weenie to do it. That's the only reason I didn't.
My God. All right. So there is sort of an electricity running through the air today. Now, both of you, I think, would finish class before Kavya finishes practice or rehearsal. But I don't know what it's specifically called for dance.
If we don't, I definitely say I'm going to the bathroom and then don't come back.
For sure. And I think that the sort of dance hall is pretty near the classics and philosophy department. It's kind of weird because these departments were all put in at the same time, but they were put in ways that don't really make a lot of sense. Like the archaeology is like on the other side of campus, even though like classics and philosophy you're going to be there all the time if you're doing an archaeology degree, like shit like that. If anyone's ever like been to college, you know what I'm talking about. Every college does that dumb shit. So I think like you guys definitely could sort of peek in and like look at the class, which I don't know if you guys ever do that, but I'm sure it's pretty cool actually to see these cool different dancers do their thing.
For sure.
So yeah, you have that option to you. There's also cafeteria, lunch. The whole campus is yours. So what would you guys do after class wraps up?
I feel like we would be most, especially considering that we have stuff going on tonight. I mean, I guess Mots, would our group be at like, would Kavya prefer that we not observe? Because I think despite everything, Miri would respect that. You're muted, babe.
Technology. They wouldn't, but if you do, you do. Like it makes sense in their head why you would, because we have plans later. But they internally they wouldn't.
Very fair.
If I know that you would prefer we not, I would just assume that we were going to meet up later. Miri comes off kind of a little rude, a little rough, but she does like respect your space. So
Rock on. Okay, so let's say we fast forward to lunch, as long as there are no objectives. Objections.
I don't know. Do we have an objective? You tell me.
Well, the objective at the moment is to settle you guys into a routine feeling and possibly bore you a little before I throw some weird shit in your face for context.
Excellent.
Wait, we can't just jump right to the weird shit.
I mean, there's a thing called pacing. We got 10 episodes to get through.
I do think, like, as we're headed to whatever, we have one class and then lunch. That's wild. Okay, anyway.
It's college. You have like 2 classes a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I didn't do very much college, okay? Shut up.
Neither did I.
Do you,
This
like,
game
as
was built for
we're...
me. I went to college in upstate New York. I got you. Yet my character is not going.
I've never been further. Well, no, that's a lie. I have been to Washington D.C. Anyway, do you like?
At least
Is it? Am I crazy? Is it just that
Yes,
we're like
but
excited about the circle, or
maybe.
is there a thing going on, Stephanie? Like, is there some essence, ambient? You feel that, or?
Oh, you can feel that too? Okay, good. I thought
Okay,
it
it's just
was
not just me. It's not just me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
We both
No,
were like,
yeah.
is it just me? And it
Yeah.
wasn't just me. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah. No. I definitely
I really don't want to go to class this afternoon.
feel that. We don't have to. Technically, it's optional.
You're so right.
I mean,
You're so right.
right? So we could just like stay here in the dining hall and just keep hanging out. I don't mean, maybe not. We need to find stuff for this circle. Have you found anything for this circle?
Well, I think Ro was taking care of the stuff, but like I want to know why it's today. We should like I don't think we can bug Shauna, but like
No,
I don't know, it
that's
sounds
fair.
so weird to be like let's go to the library, but like
Let's go to the library.
let's go to the library.
My favorite is building.
Um,
I want to look into if there's some like moon cycle wheel of the year. What's the heck is going on today? Like I feel like Circle Day is a regular thing, but not every Circle Day feels like this, right?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wonder if there's like the different calendars all line up and then it corresponds
Oh.
with maybe there's also like an astrological event happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to we get our like paper bag lunches from the calf instead of getting the hot food and go to the library, I think.
Quick question, Kavya, did you expect to eat lunch with them?
No, I'm guessing they would have went to see their aunt if they had time before.
Hmm.
That makes sense because I also looked it up. Apparently, dance majors practice a lot of hours. My God.
Yeah, that's why I
And
said
did
like
dance.
all
I didn't
fucking
do dance in
morning to
college.
lunch.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I didn't do it in college. I was like, wow, because I had the whole experience. There was like one class, then you go back to your dorm and sleep. So they, whenever they finish up, um, if you guys just like looked for a second and then went into the library or anything like that, they were like very, very serious, very much into it, and very gone. Like their face, everything that they're showing looks like there's just like another side. And then like as soon as they step off of it to go see their great aunt, like they just like switch off like that.
I think we shoot her a text to tell her where we're going. In the case that it's like, oh, we were planning on meeting up at the apartment, or we were planning on meeting up for lunch, we would shoot her a text to give her like, hey, this is
Cool.
where you can find it.
Love that.
I'm
Love
so used to like D&D and like medieval like settings that I forget we have fucking phones.
We all have razors. We all have Motorola razors.
Mine's also like one of those like flip phone burner phones, but for entirely different reasons than Rev.
Hell yeah. Okay, for context for the audience, because I realized I didn't actually describe this part of the setting. This is like 2009-ish kind of level.
Oh,
of
there are no
technology.
smartphones. This is
Well,
Blackberry.
Well, there's
like
the first smartphones are coming out.
if you're an asshole,
Yeah.
you have a smartphone. Otherwise, you're a normal
Yeah.
person and you don't have one.
Yeah, like business
Yeah.
people have Blackberries.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah. If I don't remember this, but like no, business people had like smartphones. It wasn't like a thing where like if you had money, you would buy like a BlackBerry or something. But if since her family has money, she probably has that. Like she doesn't have money, but
you
she
would have
has
the
that.
OG iPhone, is what you would have.
Yeah, you got the fucking brick, dog. Hell yeah.
The first like
that.
touch screen phone that came out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What was that
2009.
other one
dang.
called? The Sidekick, the one that slides.
Oh
instead of-
yeah, that's very 2009. Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Did you guys ever
You
have
have
the
a
one that
sidekick. That's what you-
that slid and then also flipped?
That
So
was
you
like
had the
my
sideways
first
screen
toy.
and the keys.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Let's go,
Phone
dude.
I just
designs
kept
used to be
breaking
so
it by doing that.
diverse, and now
Me
it's
too.
just a screen.
And now everybody has the same two phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
It used
true.
to be fun.
But
Our
now
phones
it's
used
cool.
to
Like they
be-
have, it's supposed to be cool. They have the like touchscreen phone that flips like that, and I'm like, this is.
I kind of want it.
Feels
We're going
really
back.
One with
nice.
like charms on it. I was remembering when I was a kid, and I would like put charms on it. Oh,
Hell yeah.
I
Clip
want
this.
it.
We're just
Okay.
talking about phones.
So
I
we
didn't
Yeah,
think
text
about
honestly,
you.
cute
So
honestly,
we
yeah.
text
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah.
Is
That?
the point here.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think-
They
have
look at
that
their
phone.
brick iPhone and they're like, "Oh, cool. Let me message. Oh, the touchscreen is not really. Oh, there we go."
Yeah.
Clip this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I think we're well settled into the vibe now, gang.
That's all we needed. We're in the vibe now. We're vibing.
So Kavya, why don't you describe for us really quick what you look like, but I'm also interested in like how your look changes from when you go to dance rehearsal to when you go to see your aunt. Do you change clothes? Things like that.
Yeah. So she is about 5'7", 5'8". Pretty. Descriptions are so much harder than I always like think. I know what they look like in my head, but they have like long curly hair that goes down to like their back and their waist, probably, that they like usually braid for dances, and specifically for dances because their Bharatanatyam has like jewels and things that go down a braid. That they take care of with like coconut oil and things like that. So usually when they're outside of the dance room, they have it slicked back or like full curly hair, Merida from Brave kind of like mess. And but it's put together well. Their posture, their look, everything about them just says, "Don't fuck with me. Let's keep it going." Um, and when they're leaving the dance studio to see their great aunt, they're wearing casual, like, athleisure kind of clothes. Um, Nothing that connects with their family and nothing that connects with their background. Their family's not here. They don't have a lot like that. Um, if they're on campus, they would be wearing a little bit more posh, a little bit more stylized outfits, things that look very good, very nice. Um, but not for the great aunt. They're going to go take care of someone who is elderly, who needs help, who you might dance for or do something cute for, but like nothing fashionable.
Awesome. Love that. Um, so you begin the journey to your great aunt's. How far away about is the house?
I say like a 10-15 minute walk,
Cool.
maybe.
Awesome. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. So your aunt lives in one of the old sort of like suburbs of a college. You know what I mean? Like the little university towns that sort of spring up around universities all the time. Her house is one of the older ones that was sort of there before, and then the university came, and things grew up around it. But it's still nice and old and quaint. Um, how long has your aunt lived here?
Forever.
Okay, awesome. I was thinking that too. Yeah, so she, I mean, is her roots are deep in this town for sure. A lot of the older folks around town know her, and she doesn't often leave the house these days, just because it's kind of getting harder and harder. Um, but I like to imagine that she does keep herself busy. In my head, she's kind of a stubborn older person that like does stuff even maybe that she shouldn't. I don't know if that's what you were thinking. um,
I love
so
all of this, Taven. Keep going.
there's a lot of like traditional art that she does. There's a lot of like knitwear that she puts together, and sometimes you'll come home and she'll be on like a step stool trying to dust the top of the cabinets, and you're like, oh my god, Mussy, no. Like
No, bitch.
um so I have a question for you. What is her name?
Thinking Amaya?
Amaya. Classic. Love it. Yeah, so your great aunt Amaya, when you get there today, um isn't anywhere to be seen at first, which means she's generally doing something she probably shouldn't be doing right now.
And Kavya just like puts on her stuff on the right at the front, turns to close the door, and she's like, Auntie? Auntie. That's 3 times. Auntie.
And you hear like a thunk, and then a little like rolling sound from upstairs.
She's booking it up the stairs, like 2 at a time, 3 at a
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So you find her in the sort of unfinished. Some houses have like a full attic, and then some houses use that space for a ceiling and have like a little sort of storage room that's unfinished. This one has one of those little storage rooms, and you find her in there, um, on a chair, trying to get something off the top of a wardrobe. And I mean, she is like 4'7", right? She is such a small lady now, especially in her old age. So she's like really having to reach up, and she can't fully get her shoulder up, you know. And she looks at you and goes, "Oh, you're here. You're back. Oh, fantastic. Can you help me with this? I can't quite reach, dear."
Yeah, yes. Yeah, get down.
Oh, whew. She sort of like
Okay, what
puts
is
her
in
arm on
here?
your shoulders and like gets down like oh like kind of unsteady. I was looking for that scrapbook of your mother and father up there. I thought I left it up there, but I'm not quite sure.
Oh, uh, fine. Why do you need their scrapbook? And they're saying that while they're pulling everything out for them.
Well, I've gotten some news. Apparently your brother has shown um remarkable potential, and they're looking for a slideshow to put together for his celebration. And I knew I had some lovely old photos from when they had first met.
Wait, what? Who?
Pardon?
My brother?
Well, yes, of course, your brother.
And that kind of hits in their head like, is this a whole family thing? And because they have their thing, like, and they're just putting it down in front of the precious old lady and just like, and they know about it? My parents know about it.
Well, of course, wouldn't they? You're confusing me, dear. I'm very worried. Is everything all right?
They I'm probably guessing this wrong, but like I- I'm thinking like in that Kavia grew up knowing no one had magical ability. Magical ability did like wasn't a thing. And they were part of the order, but because they didn't show any kind of like magical ability, their parents didn't talk about magical ability. So the fact that her brother has it and her parents are doing it, it's like they knew about this. And that's what
Yeah.
it's like a glass shattering thing moment. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I
Really quick, can you remind me of your mother's name?
That's a great question.
If you said it once before, we can change it now.
I did not. I didn't even think of it.
No, girl's making all of this up on the spot.
I
I'm
know.
so
Like,
sorry.
I'm not Game Master. I have
You're
Fantasy
good.
Name Generator open. I'm just gonna send you
What
that
do you
link.
mean? I don't have that open right now. Anya.
I'm glad so I
Anya.
don't
I
have
was
to
looking
send
at
you
my
the link.
notes.
Anya.
Fantastic.
Anya.
Amaya and Anya.
That's actually beautiful. I love that.
I love that. I do.
So
I like the naming convention.
your great aunt sort of puts a hand on your shoulder, and looks at this scrapbook and goes, "Ah, there you are, Anya. You're so young."
She kind of like leans over her aunt's shoulder, like, what's over there? I need to see this.
It is genuinely just your parents, but they are like around your age. And they are like, I mean, done up to the nines, sort of like on a supervised chaperoned date kind of thing. And it's like an official portrait picture kind of deal.
You've had all these? I didn't even know they went on these dates.
Well, of course, don't you remember, dear? I mean, it wasn't that long ago you two met. I was so proud to hear that you were getting married.
Yeah. I'm just really, really happy about that. Did you get something to eat today?
Oh, yes. Little Rodney down the street, he brought me my lunch again. He was such a nice young boy. I think, well, that, I tell you that
Did we
his
microwave it and
parents,
then eat it, or did we leave it in the microwave?
what are we? Microwave? Where? Oh, I need to sit down. And she sits in the chair.
Let's sit down and let me get
And
your food.
you know that Rodney is someone that she talks about sometimes, but Rodney is like 65.
I thought Rodney was like the Meals for Wheels person who comes by with food. So like I was just like, got it. Oh, Rod, got it. Cool.
No, sometimes she gets kind of lost in time in her head.
Yeah, Kavya just notes that, helps them to like a chair and sit down so they can look at the photos, and then goes to find where their food is, or at least evidence that they've eaten their food, whether it's plates or things left by, whatever measurement they can do. Can they see that? Anything in the kitchen?
Yeah, so you know that like no matter where she is in her head, she was raised like classically by some like strict people, like, you know, first generation immigrant type family. um and she always cleans up after herself, even if she like thinks she's 14, she'll still clean up after herself, right? um so there is a plate and a cup and a spoon, all in the drying rack, like neatly washed next to the sink.
They'll go to like a board or something on the wall that maybe they put it on top of the fridge or like hid away, and it looks like it's like kind of put like a white erase board or something that's on its back, or I don't know what's called, on its front, and they'll lift it up for like the calendar, and it has like little boxes, things like that for eating medicine, and Kavi will just be like and then like note down everything, and then check the fridge for anything else, like what they need for tonight, medicine that they have to lay out, and they'll just start doing that while they're talking to them. And they're like yelling from the kitchen. They're like, "So, what did you think about the wedding? Like, what do you want for colors, and what do you like?"
Well, I was thinking, and she sits on her like little stair chair and like goes like down the stairs slowly, and is still like talking to you. Um, and she's like, I mean, and this chair swallows her. It's not a big chair, but it's like she is like a gnome in that thing, man. She's just covered in these layers of shawl and hand knitting projects, and she comes down, and she's like, well, I was thinking maybe we could I can't remember his name. That lovely young man that used to come by asking after you, dear. He said he might have well, he called it what did he call it? He called it uh, uh Byzantine silk, I think. It was a lovely color, the deepest purple I remember seeing. Maybe we should have something like that, for the sari. I thought that would be nice.
Came to see mom. Talking about Byzantine silk. That could be real. And then oh, I forgot. Did you want rice or noodles later for dinner?
Noodles! Aren't we adventurous? Of course. Well, I think we have some basmati still in the pantry, don't we?
We do, but just want to know what you like. We can switch it up.
Switch it up. Look at you. And she reaches up and sort of pats your cheek. How adventurous. Oh, yes, indeed.
They like prep rice and then portion it out for like the next couple of days and put the three of them in the freezer. That's what they're going to do for like the next hour or so. I don't know how much time they have until the circle meeting, but they'll text. Do we have a group chat? Are group chats real? I mean,
Could we have like text message group chats back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fully did not
Oh,
get
yeah.
a phone until 2013 as a
I
side
know you
note.
can in
So
BlackBerry, but
You couldn't
I
like
can't.
Yeah,
name
I was
them,
gonna
but you
say
just had a list of
no.
people's names that like
Ah.
scrolled.
Perfect. They'll just be like,
I think I don't know if you guys ever had like the it was a messenger, but it was like an IM.
mm-hmm.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
it.
I'm dating myself.
getting
Okay.
getting
No,
groomed
no.
on the internet.
I think this
here.
was the days when most people couldn't access their AOL Instant Messenger on their phone. Like there wasn't an app for it. You just had like
Yeah, you
text
had to do
messaging
it on
and
the
your
computer.
browser. This
Yeah.
was
This was
like
like
10-cent per text message days.
Mhm.
this was like if you accidentally
God.
opened the browser, your heart skipped a beat and you panicked and you closed that shit real fast before you
Yeah.
owe your
Yes.
parents like
Okay.
$50.
Yes.
That's
Sorry
even
for
started high school, so
being
my brain
on
is like.
being on the
Yeah, I
internet.
was a
Yeah.
freshman in 2009, but I didn't get a phone until I was 18. So
Same. My first one was a chocolate. So the they messaged them really quickly, just like ETA. What time should we meet up?
For
And everything is
info.
like WAT. Like everything
Oh.
is short.
Yeah,
Like
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, we're in it now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so for context, circle is usually at dusk.
okay.
Ro will call you like after you said that. Ro called you on the phone.
Oh God, how do you remember that?
It's not a beeper, I promise. Hello?
Hi, Kavya. How's your day going?
Who is this? Oh wait.
Oh, Ro, it's Ro.
Oh, hi, Ro. It's going all right. How are you?
Good. I saw your text message that I believe was asking what time we're supposed to meet for a circle, and it's at
Yeah, what
dusk.
time?
So dusk. So when the sun goes down, that's when we meet.
Oh, dusk. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
when the sun goes down.
towers.
That's-
I couldn't hear you for a second. It was just taking a second.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Do I have cell service? I do. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, could be me. I don't know. But you got that?
Yeah, I got that.
Cool. Do I need to call the
will
others
be-
and let them know too? Do you think?
they're
I
probably
can call
heading
them. I'll
over
call
to-
them. I'll call them.
Oh, yeah,
All right,
Bro
you're
is
good.
fully in the middle of the forest, is why the cell service isn't working very well.
That's why. That's why.
Literally like on a mountain, like, hey, so.
That's it. All right.
I know this girl is somewhere in some like national park
Yeah.
at this point.
Rome doesn't have a job anymore right now.
Road covers 50 land miles per day.
The speeds in this game are insane. Ro calls Miriam next.
We're in the library. My phone is silenced.
Yeah.
I do not answer. You can
Ro
leave me a
leaves a
voicemail
voicemail.
though.
Yeah, here we go.
Hi, just making sure you know that circle is at dusk. So when the sun goes down, and hopefully that's time enough for you. Yeah, I hope your day is going well. Bye.
Miriam, what is your message when you don't answer your phone?
Oh yeah.
1 second, I have to get into the 2009 mindset. First of all, I have a ring back. I do have a ring back.
Okay, what is it?
It's gotta be something cringe. I feel like it's a Fall Out Boy song. That's not
Yeah, it
cringe,
is.
but I'm like, that's not what I would have had, but that's what Miriam would have had.
Yeah,
It's
it
definitely a
is.
Fall Out Boy song. Don't ask me to name one of them. The names are too long. I think honestly,
I can name
it's
all of
surprisingly
them.
normal. It's like, hi, this is Miriam's phone. You can leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, as long as you leave a number, because I won't know who you are if you don't leave your number. Thanks. It's like super fucking normal, which you don't expect. Except for the fact that she almost never answers her phone. So, Ro, you've absolutely heard this before. So you
And Ro's
do
like,
expect
hi.
it.
Ro's like, hi, this is Ro. I don't know my number, but I think you already have it. But if not, that's fine. But yeah, and then just leaves the message.
Awesome stuff. Love that.
All right, then is going to try.
Let's just go through them all. We got 3 more. Come on. Or 2 more, sorry.
2 more. Tries calling Stephanie. Is Stephanie's phone on silent in the library?
Stephanie's phone is
Stephanie-
probably dead in her backpack, so it
Stephanie's
immediately
phone
goes to
got dropped in the
voicemail.
kitchen sink this morning, actually.
Yeah, who knows? Stephanie hasn't seen her phone today.
All right,
It's
very similar
buzzing
message.
on the ground outside the university.
Yeah.
I was
It's like
gonna
walking
say,
across.
I was gonna say, that like Ren just hears the random buzzing somewhere under the couch. She's just
Yes.
like not even gonna acknowledge it.
That's so
And
good.
then,
You're
like,
sitting there
look up,
sharpening a dagger, and it's just.
I'm meditating, and it just fucking.
And then it stops, and there's calm and quiet, and you're able to reset. And then your phone starts going.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So she doesn't have anybody's number saved, but she has all of your numbers memorized.
Oh yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
nothing actually saved on that phone, but she has everybody's numbers memorized, so she knows who is calling. And she looks at it and sighs and sets it back down.
What is
Because she's
what is
like,
Ren's?
she knows Ro's gonna leave a message.
Is
Actually,
the
no, no.
voicemail the robot voice going,
That's
you
what I was
have
gonna
reached
say.
9999999.
Ro just has to wait until it's done.
Oh my god. The call
then
cannot be
it's-
completed at the
Hi.
number you have dialed.
Hope your day is going well, and you brought the stuff back okay and found a nice corner spot for it. I think the things will charge best in the sun, so if you've left them in sunlight,
And then
that
the
is
call
great. and then calls back because I realized that she didn't get to the point of what time the circle meeting is. So Rose like, oh, hold on, and calls back to leave a second voice.
You get a text back from Ren. It's just K.
Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Really quick, what was Stephanie's answering machine?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so it starts off with "Hi, you have reached," and then it's like stuttering sound and like crackling static,
Yes!
and then it just goes beep.
I was thinking that too. I'm so glad you said that. Oh, what a cast of
I love the
characters.
characterization that's happening right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this campaign is built on vibes and vibes alone.
Character
So
sheets don't need them.
our two
Yeah, I feel like
library
we
friends.
definitely have a routine established where like we have like hors d'oeuvres before the circle and stuff. We have like a
Yeah.
routine of when we're meeting. We all basically know when it's happening. It's just daylight savings just happened. So
Ro knows. Our two library friends. You are there searching for why this would be an auspicious day. Why the tingle in the air? And why don't you guys, either one of you or both, doesn't matter to me, go ahead and roll me a task. I think this is going to be intelligence plus occult knowledge.
could it be intelligence plus research?
Absolutamente.
Excellent. I'm
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
this is the
that's
right
not
die.
a good roll. My int is 3, so 6.
I got a 9.
Nice.
A
One
9
of us
flat.
One of us
Woo.
succeeded.
9
Rock
flat.
on. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, look, it's a university library. Most of the stuff on what you're looking for is fiction, right? You look at some historical documents of like how things might have been, but they're not always 100% accurate and not always firsthand accounts and all that kind of stuff. So, you're working with what you got. And eventually, you guys sort of, well, I say you guys, Stephanie, you stumble upon basically this thing that talks about ley lines, right? Talks about ley lines, places of power, certain areas that create like matrices that increase magic power or whatever. Like some of it's, hokey and some of it's like real-ish, and to the best of your guessing, you would think that maybe there is a ley line either in use nearby or there's like a concentration of mana or something. Your best guess at the moment would be that like maybe whatever Shauna's preparing is like putting some mana in the air, maybe.
She's been gathering without us.
Well, I mean, she's the one who kind of knows what
I know,
what
I
we're
was
doing
joking.
here.
I was joking. She can do whatever she
Okay.
wants. It's
Um,
Mercury in Gatorade. I know it's retrograde. While you're looking at that,
It's this isn't quite the book for that. We have to go like onto the second floor and like 4 rows down and then 3 shelves in if we're
I think it's more of a Google search because they have. This is more of a like current events thing.
Are you sure you don't want to ask Jeeves? Like
We can ask. We could check both. I
that's
think
true,
Goog-
then we cross reference.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any dimes for computer time?
Do I? I'm questioning if I have dimes for computer time here. You know, my mom would probably let us use her office.
Oh,
But we don't.
Yeah.
This was just like a curiosity thing. We don't need to look into that. That's fine.
Okay.
Let's. I fully just put a library, but like the book that we're looking at in my bag, and just walk past the circulation desk.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we need to get home. I left I left some crystals charging and I just realized that I was supposed to take them out before noon, but now it's past. Do you think they'll be okay?
How are you charging them?
They're just in like the little bowl uh with some salt and some rose petals. and
Honey,
I-
that's gonna remove the energies.
Oh. Oh. Are you sure?
and on that note,
You can borrow some of mine.
why don't we take our break, everybody? When we resume, it will be circle time. Thank you so much for joining us for the first half of the first episode of our lovely Covencraft series. I'm in love with the setup so far. I'm in love with the character little ins and outs and particularities we're establishing. It's amazing. And when we return, magic. So we'll see you then, and thanks for sticking around. Hello, and welcome back to Covencraft. This is part 2 of our very first episode. We're so glad to have you. When we left off, folks had just had sort of a normal-ish day in the life. The last one of the series, maybe, you never know. And they are preparing to meet and convene with their circle. This location is in sort of the, I guess, you know how like universities have like back rooms, but they're never really back rooms. They're just like other places in the university where students tend not to go. It's in there. Like Shauna has like an office, and then there's also like a large sort of craft room in there. And by craft room, I do mean Covencraft.
Craft
not
with
like,
a capital C.
Yeah, not like sewing. Although
Okay, people.
you could sew in there. Sow the seeds of magic, perhaps. So you all are going to begin filtering in. My question for you is, who's there first?
Is it the time that we usually always do this?
Yeah, because this is based on the sun and
Oh.
not on what's on the clock. So you're good,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ro definitely stopped by the apartment. Would Ren have still been in there doing what Ren does, playing with your knives? Amazing. So Ro like comes in like a storm, a friendly storm, but still a storm. Like, hi, I got the 7 limes from the grocery store, and I picked up a few other things that we usually like. Um, did
Do you
you
get
put the
apples?
stuff by the window?
Yeah. Do you get
Amazing.
apples?
Yeah,
Oh, good, because this was the last one.
cool. And also, it was silly to like buy apples, but I mean, they had more different colors at the grocery store. But I feel like I'm gonna like the ones from outside better. But that's okay. I still got them. And anything else we need to gather? Do you like as she's just going over to the
Oh,
window and putting the
um,
things in her pockets that she found? Do you have anything that you need
yeah,
help bringing?
under the couch. Well, she's like grabbing like her knives and wrapping all of her stuff down. She's like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, what's up?
under the couch.
All right, cool. And like Ren and Ro, I feel like the two of us together easily just like flip the couch. Yeah, what's under there?
You see Stephanie's phone.
Stephanie's phone, yeah. Oh, I think she'll want that. Cool. And to be clear, Ro has a big backpack that is like with her always
Yeah, a
because it's
hiker's
full of
backpack.
like her camp. Yeah, it's her hiker's backpack. It's full of camping and traveling gear. She chooses that everything just goes in her pockets. This is a choice.
It is.
Kate,
Um,
I have a question.
yeah.
Is Ro a hobbit?
You already know the answer to that question. You asked that question because you knew the answer. What's it?
Can I ask a question? Can I ask something that I want to know?
Yeah.
How are y'all feeling about the ritual? Because I don't think we've mentioned what kind of people you are in the terms of categories of witchcraft characters can fall into.
I mean, Rose just like
We're gonna, yeah. I mean, we're gonna see that when we're doing the circle.
Yes.
I think
Show,
that's
don't
gonna be
tell.
Very up.
okay.
That's gonna be very.
I just want to know
apparent.
what the anticipation is like.
Is
I'm
this
just
Rose's first time doing this? Yeah. So then Rose like, yeah, it's just like, any type of meditative celebration thing that you would normally do in the woods. It's just that we do it inside, which is kind of strange, but it works.
Yeah,
That's why I
dude.
bring so much of the woods there so that it feels like we are outside.
Yeah, Rose done fucking peyote, dude. Come on.
Oh my god, peyote. Yep. Yeah, you 100% have done peyote.
And
Yeah,
Ro probably like will call just everyone again and be like, I'm in the apartment. Ren is here too, so I'm not gonna call Ren because Ren is here. Is there anything that you guys need in the apartment? And like we'll just call each of you like individually for that.
We're like fully outside the door when the phone rings, I think.
Incredible.
I feel like Kavia's walking up at that moment. They'll just be like, decline call.
And then we all walk in the door like at the same. Hey, how's it going? How's your day?
That is such great timing. I love that for us.
I will
Like
say
I was
though, even
thinking
though
of
they
you while you were nearby. That's beautiful. I love that.
I will say, I forgot. I don't know if I said this before, but like, even if they decline call, their voicemail it just starts with them having like recorded like just like the boom boom pow like of like the Black Eyed Peas song.
Dog. I
They
cannot.
held it up to the car stereo.
And it just says, Kavia, leave a message. And that's and then just like it ends with like
I love that. That's how I get all my ringtones. Whenever a song came on the radio that I liked, I'd tell everybody in the car to shut the fuck up, and then I'd put the phone up to the.
Yep, and you have to be
car.
careful
gotta
before the
record
radio
it.
says like 106 when you'd be like, no, you don't want that.
No, when they like put their thing in the beginning or the end of the song, oh, killed it.
When you get a song off of LimeWire and it does have the radio announcer at the
When you think you got a song off of LimeWire and it wasn't a song.
Yes,
And then
indeed.
that's probably when maybe Kavia's walking in where Ro, you're listening to like the boom boom pow, leave a message, and Kavia's just like, I'm already here.
Amazing. Do you need me to get anything from the apartment for you?
No, I'm good.
Oh, dear
Have we
Christ.
realized that Stephanie's phone is missing also as we're all getting here in quick succession?
Well,
Stephanie
Ro
hasn't.
It's in a
has-
pocket now.
yeah, her phone, Stephanie's phone in her pockets. So. And
Oh yeah, I was just wondering
when
if we
is
were
her-
needing to look for it now, or if Stephanie hasn't told us that her phone is
I don't think she said anything.
Yeah,
but we
so
found
Yeah,
it.
Stephanie doesn't know her phone is missing.
great. So we're just like grabbing the crystals out of the bowl and leaving the crystals and taking the bowl.
Well, yeah, because you said that it would sap the energy out of the crystals, so
Are you
therefore
sure
the
that
energy it
you-
would go into the salt.
You know what? That's a good point.
It's a transfer of energy. Like
That's a
just
good
how...
point. That's a good point.
I'm not gonna correct them.
Do you think we have time to bake cookies? Because I could put the salt in the cookies, like chocolate chip cookies.
No.
Ro is just like sitting next to Ren, like, it's so interesting to hear them talk about how magic works. Ro is like, I have to assume this is how magic works.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be more interesting if they were right, but sure.
It's vibes.
Sure.
Oh, they're not? Should we tell them?
It'll be fine. It's just salt in particular has some very interesting properties when it comes to magic, but it's better if they learn that on their own. Yeah.
Amazing. I do really like the learning by doing personal experience model for my campers as well. I think this is going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Somebody hold this bowl of salt. I'll be right back.
And Stephanie disappears into their room. You hear a bunch of clinking.
We should put the
Um,
salt in a Ziploc baggie. It's probably going to not stay in the bowl on the way back to the campus. Right?
Not a bad idea.
You get a Ziploc baggie for the salt.
Stephanie comes out with like this tiny little potted basil plant.
I brought my favorite basil plant. That brings me joy. I think we should take that with us.
Incredible.
Whatever
Absolutely.
Works for you. Yeah. Is everybody ready?
I'm good.
Is everybody in the living room right now?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're all like dropping off our textbooks and stuff.
All right. Yeah, let's just get it over with, I guess. And she'll just pick up now her wrap daggers, and she does also have like this little like it's a backpack, but she doesn't use it often, and there isn't really much in it because it's flat as fuck, like pancake flat. And she puts like her little like wrap daggers and stuff in there. She doesn't feel like she needs to have them like on her in a holster. So just all the stuff that they usually take for the circle puts on the backpack, and just like, all right, well, nobody needs anything else. We can start heading out then. The faster we do it, the
If
faster
you
we
find
can come
anything
back.
along the way that you feel like you do need, though, feel free to pick it up if nature won't miss it.
If nature won't miss, I love that. Right as you guys are all beginning to walk out of the house, the three of you who possess a bit of the schmutz, one might say, or the gift, you feel that tingling again. This time, a lot stronger. It's almost like jolts up your spine.
Do I get a sense of like, is it coming from a particular direction or anything like that? No? Okay. It was worth asking. That wasn't just you, Stephanie.
Okay, thank you. Stephanie like stomps her right foot 3 times and then turns around in a circle counterclockwise.
I'm so dead.
Yeah.
I love her
How
so
am I supposed
much.
to play a badass when I'm gonna be... How am I supposed to do this?
Character concept flips immediately, and now you're Stephanie's mom.
I'm already ready to be like, okay. it's
Here's
okay,
this problem. I
I'm gonna
didn't
protect
come
you.
up with like a character voice that's super different from my real voice for this character, so I have to like be really clear when I'm in and out of character.
LARP rules. LARP rules.
All right,
I love her so much.
So precious angel.
It's time for the circle. I assume you all are going to the circle.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
If Ren and or Kavya try to get out of it, I will not allow them to get out of it.
Fantastic stuff. So you guys begin sort of filtering in together as Shauna is doing the normal, like putting things down, drawing the circle, and sort of cleansing the air, and all the pre-circle things to do.
What does
As you
Shauna look
guys,
like, Chronicler?
well, Kate, let me
Great
tell
question.
you. Shauna is a tall and rather solid-looking woman. She is roughly about 6 foot tall. She has very long, sort of flowy auburn hair. She has piercing green eyes. She has a strong nose, a dusting of freckles across her cheeks, and she is of a medium build. She's not muscular, but she's definitely not flabby. Um, she is
Yeah.
arrayed in her circle attire, which for her is a simple linen robe of a light sage green. Um, and you can see over time, you all will have noticed that Shauna seems to have these hands that are almost like worn and weathered and thick knuckled. I mean, these are like working hands for sure, not ones you would see usually of an academic, right? Um, um, and as you guys all sort of arrive, I believe there are two characters we haven't had a character description from quite yet. So, Miriam, what do you look like as you step into your circle attire?
Yes. Miriam is probably about 5'5". Has like really dark brown hair, but it does have these lighter colored streaks in it. Today they're lavender. Other days they're other colors. They don't hold dye very well, so she does have to redo them like every 2-3 days, like super frequently. Even considering how normal people's hair would hold dye. She's, I'd say, sturdy build wise. She's not obviously very muscular or lithe or dexterous or anything like that. But if you were to try to run into her, you would have a very difficult time knocking her over. She moves with confidence. She seems very solid in her footing. Um, Dress wise, she does do her makeup a lot. She does wear a couple accessories like a choker and necklace. I think she does have like a garnet pendant today in particular. She's been trying to, dabble in a little bit of those intentions for the crystals and what have you. But otherwise, she tends to be like a black hoodie, jeans, combat boots. She's very practically dressed, which you wouldn't expect. I think you would notice that if she were to roll up her sleeves, she has like a bunch of bruises or something, or like maybe the occasional cut and scrape. You have definitely seen her with a black eye in the past. For those our fellow characters here, she's not clumsy by any means, but she does collect injuries somehow. We'll find out how, I guess.
Indeed. And what do you wear for circle attire?
I feel like it's just my normal stuff, but I make sure that none of it is polyester. I make sure that it's all like cotton or other natural fabrics.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and Stephanie, what are we working with on the look front for you?
Stephanie is about, 5'3", 5'4". Has very long dark hair that is either slightly curly and wavy, or she just never brushes it. It's a toss up. But that's kind of what we're working with there. On her cheeks she wears uh like body glitter essentially on the cheeks, to try to draw in as much positive light as possible to her, as she just naturally has like this radiating smell of cinnamon. Like she just smells nice and people like that. And She is very curvy, and she has thrifted this type of white linen dress bathrobe-esque thing. Definitely trying to mimic Shauna. Couldn't find exactly the same thing. Found the next best thing. And also is wearing like very high, like thigh high, like socks, like thick stocking socks. Um, yes, and then of
Rock on.
course she's carrying her salt and her
I'm
little basil
so
plant.
I'm so glad that Velma could join us today. Uh, no, that's so lovely and cute. We all must protect Stephanie with our lives. Uh, and what is everyone else wearing for circle attire? If the audience or anyone here is unfamiliar with the concept of circle attire, vibrations from your day-to-day activities can build up on your clothes, charging them with sort of discordant energies. And a lot of people will wear something specific for circles, or will wear more, like Rosie said, natural fabrics that help sort of ground them in their magic.
Ro is wearing the jean jacket and the floral headband and tie-dye camp shirt that she had the good vibes from today that she ran around and sweat in the woods.
Rock on.
And that she filled the pockets with all the nice things from. Yep. And
Um,
I can I like roll something to see if she actually made it to work today or not? What would I roll for that?
Well,
that is
She wouldn't be wearing that shirt if she went to work with it. It's only absorbed Wood's energy.
Yeah,
So
that's
true.
true. That's true. She probably thought that she had that thought of like, if I wear this to work now because I'm charging it up so well for the circle, it's gonna ruin that energy, so I can't go to work because it would ruin my clothes.
Yeah,
Did
Ro
you
doesn't have a
call?
job anymore.
Did you call, or did you just no call, no
Actually,
show?
I think Ro did call because Ro really likes the phone. Ro really likes making phone calls.
Oh, good God. Okay, you were given the fun
Ro basically,
conversation of, if you do this again, you are fired.
I understand, but it is a very nice day outside.
oh my gosh.
Oh, I love Rose so much. Oh, I wish I could
I
live
have
life
needed
like
a
Ro.
I know,
I have
right?
needed a
I wish I
character
could
that
just
is a
live
delight for
life
so
that way.
long. I am loving this Ro energy too. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me.
And we like Ren lives in like athleisure wear and things that are practical. Um and so she did like sweat a lot. So she showered and just changed into clean athleisure wear, all of it black. And that's what she's wearing. It's
Amazing.
clean.
Very cool. Love that. And Kavya?
Um, they have their hair up in a like a high ponytail, and you see like the curls all out. Probably a crushed green velvet dress that's like mini dress. Um, and the only boots she always wears for circle because she would never wear them for dance or anything. I'm thinking like thigh high boots with like a heel. Like they are standing really tall right now, and just like this is not something they would be wearing at any time. So like they would have this for circle.
Is this
Alright.
is this what Boots the House Down is reserved for? Is that what I'm I had to put on my straightest voice for that. I'm so sorry. So as all of you come in, obviously I've described that Shauna is sort of preparing as usual, and she'll turn to you all and say, "Oh, welcome in, darlings. How have you been?"
Thank you so much for asking. It's a question that some of us do struggle with, but I've been really good today.
Well, I don't mean to ask a potentially difficult question, dear, but I'm glad to hear you've been well.
Yeah.
Ren just turns to her and just gives like a nod and just goes, Shauna.
Rain?
And she just goes and starts preparing.
Is the extra essence like you're doing, or is this like a calendar thing or like an astrology thing? Or
Ah, righto. I had a friend over today to consult on some things, and well, he's a little less subtle than I am with the magics and all that. So, sorry if his essence sort of leaked out a bit. We did a couple of scrying rituals, and things, might have sort of repelled a bit.
Huh?
Which part?
So Ro was definitely like in the process of taking all the things that they've gathered out of their pockets and putting them the places that they felt happiest around the room. Not they being Ro, they being the items in her pockets. And that like pauses like, what's that? What's that mean?
Which part, dear?
Oh, I just didn't I don't know all the I feel things differently than you guys feel things, and I'm just curious. What happened?
Oh, of course, yeah. So, for those that have a more of a attunement to magic, you see, like your three friends here, they can sort of sense when a lot of essence is being summoned for a ritual, and that sort of manifests in different ways. Sometimes you see it glowing, sometimes you see it tingling up the spine, things like that. So,
like licking a 9-volt battery. Have you ever done that?
exactly, yes. Oh, glad you understand.
Like how certain animals can sense when a storm is coming, or how certain bones in people's bodies can sense it as well.
Absolutely, and that's actually a great analogy there, because I'm sure humans can smell petrichor, or the smell of rain, at 3 parts per trillion, and we smell it better than almost anything else. So imagine if you're gifted, you can smell essence like petrichor, and a human can, sort of thing like that.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of things that can sense essence. Um, is there anything I should be worried about here, Shauna?
No, not at all, dear. Use proper precautions. I'm sure that if any gifted are around, they'll not have noticed quite as much as you all did, just because you're more attuned to my energy.
What does the essence smell like to each of you?
It's like licking a 9-volt battery. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, it doesn't smell, it's a feel. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, mine smells like moss in the river after it rained, but before the frogs laid their eggs.
That's beautiful. I'm gonna write that in my journal.
That is lovely, darling. I love that. So, are we all ready to get moving?
Who's your friend? Are they going to be coming?
Well, he might pop in a bit later to wrap a couple of things up, but of course, Circle Day is something we can't miss. We must commit
He's not
to
going
it.
to interrupt, right?
No, of course not. No, he's not allowed in here while we're doing our circle, dears. Don't worry about that. Is everyone ready? What have you brought today?
Ro just looks at all the things that she has put around the room. And well, I can tell you the story of each one. And this one came from a tree that the sun was hitting in a very nice way. And this was the softest part of the soil. In this one, this pine cone, it had a nice both sharpness and smoothness to it. And then similar with this stone, but it was also next to this stone, which was very smooth. So I want to keep them together over here, if you don't mind, if I can just leave them right there. And then she goes around like the items like that, as long as people let her talk.
Ro, how does it feel to have someone on exactly the same fucking page? Because Shauna eats this up.
Incredible. Ro is like used to what they've been getting for most of the day. People being like, "Yep, cool." Other things to do. If Shauna is giving Ro the space to do it, then Ro is diving in, and it's great.
Fantastic. Yeah. Shauna is like asking clarifying questions. Like, so what about
And
this
Ro's
pine
like,
cone is special over the other ones that you
and
found
Ro's like,
around it?
That's such a good question. And the answer is there's nothing that was particularly special about this pine cone as opposed to other ones. It was that this pine cone was the one that wanted to come with me. All the pine cones were equally special and wonderful, but this one was ready for a new adventure and the other ones wanted to stay behind.
Amazing. Amazing.
I have a question for you, Haven. The things that we brought, are they essentially going to like stay? Are they being used in this as in we wouldn't get them back in their original forms?
Oh, you get them
Or
back. They're
okay,
just going to
cool,
be
cool,
used.
cool, cool. Just wanted to
Well,
clarify on that.
if it's particularly flammable, maybe not.
Okay, thank you for saying that because I was thinking of something flammable. Thank you. Give me a minute.
Okay, we'll get to you last.
It's like in this leaf was crumpling just so wonderfully, and I want to let the parts that want to stay crumple into the soil, but these parts they wanted to crumble in my pocket. So I actually have some more of it, but I think I'm gonna save that so I can carry some of this ritual with me for later.
Circle wipe past the row rant. Stephanie, what did you bring?
I was gonna bring some crystals, but apparently if you let them sit in salt, that's not good. It drains them of their properties and qualities. So instead I brought the salt and the rose petals that I let them sit in because I figured the transfer of energy from the crystals into the salt, because salt is technically a crystal structure. So
Well,
theoretically, it was just one crystal to another crystal.
dear, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but salt is purifying. So what you've done is actually just brought an entire bowl of the negative energy from your crystals, and not the positively charged ones.
Oh, so I still could have brought the crystals.
You could have, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to take it slowly here today. And is that the only thing you brought, dear?
Oh no, I also brought my favorite little basil plant.
That's wonderful. That's perfect. Um, your favorite basil plant is an absolutely perfect thing to bring to circle, and I'm so glad you did it. Why don't we use the salt to draw our circle today, and hopefully our energies can purify it in a way that makes it ready for use again, so you can try and cleanse your crystals again in the future. Huh?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Fantastic stuff. Rand, did you happen to bring anything?
Yeah. Well, as you're very very well aware, not a lot necessarily in the way of happy and positive things, but I spent all of my afternoon polishing and cleaning and just taking care of my most prized possessions. Well, really, my only possession. Yeah, here. And she takes out the dagger and like lays it on the circle.
That's wonderful, dear. Thank you. I know those mean a lot to you, and if you spent all day with them, then they're definitely charged with your energy. Um, Remind me the next time we have class. I'll do a little snippet on a Teams, and maybe that'll interest you. Kavya, have you brought anything?
Do you know we had to bring non-flammable items?
No. You don't know that. I was just telling Rosie because I
Oh.
know Rosie puts a lot of stock into random objects for characters, and I didn't want her to burn something on accident.
They kind of pull out bahur, which is like incense that's like dipped in oil that you put in like charcoal and stuff, and they like put it there. Like, I thought this might make it smell good. I don't know. They either this or and they pull out like a tin of bells off of their like anklet that fall off. So like they've been collecting it. So it's like either of them work.
Well, this is wonderful. We'd be happy to use either of them. We could burn the incense for our air element this time, if you'd like, and then you can use the bells for your personal item, if that would help charge the circle with more of your energy. Fantastic,
do
that's
that.
what we'll do. Great. And Miriam?
I'm deciding how sad I should make it, honestly.
Make it sad, dog.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Miriam pulls out just of her like kangaroo pocket of her hoodie. What
Kangaroo
looks
pocket.
is that not what it's called?
It is now. I don't care what the fuck it was called before.
When you wear a hoodie and it's got the one pocket in the middle, I've always called it the kangaroo pocket. She pulls out a little like on the back of a car it has the like raised emblem of whatever type of car it is, like the logo. She pulls out like probably about yay big of a Toyota logo that looks like it was popped off the back bumper of a car, and she just kind of holds it up.
Well, all right. Yeah. What's this then?
I've been thinking about it, so
Well, you know what? If it's an artifact that means something to you, then it's perfect here.
thanks.
All right.
Let's do this.
If everyone would please take your places on the circle, and would all join hands and ground energies. So you all join hands. And then Shauna leads you through a simple prayer. I say prayer. She says, "We give thanks for the energy around us, for the people with us, and for the magic within us. We give thanks for the world we live in. We give thanks for the joys we have, and we give thanks for the sorrows as well, for without them, what would the joys mean? We join together this day to bind our magic together, to work towards our common goal, as one unit, as one whole, as one heart." And then she steps back. All of you let go. And she begins to salt the circle. Then lights the incense at the air. I don't remember the cardinal directions off the top of my head. I'm a bad witch. At the air part of the circle, lays the basil plant at the earth part. Burns a different kind of incense at the fire part. But that stays lit. It's not like the incense that goes out and then smokes. This is like a sort of like a scent that burns constantly. And then lays a bowl of this crystal clear water at the water part of the circle, and it's in like a porcelain bowl almost. It's a white sort of ceramic. And then she says, "All right, everyone, take your places, and we'll begin today's ritual. Now, you've all got your personal artifacts. A couple of them have been used to charge the circle in general, but that definitely will be enough, don't worry. Today we're going to be doing something special. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this before, but magic, or essence, as some might call it, does have a way of manifesting. As some of you experienced today, when a lot of it is used, it can be sensed from far away. But in close quarters, and especially when working magic, your magic will manifest. This is sort of a reflection of you as a whole, of you as a person, as a feeling, as a thing, from the beginning to the end. This is your sort of signature. So, I'll start and give you all an example of how to summon your energy and manifest it, and then we'll go around in the circle. And don't worry if you're more of our less magically inclined folk, this should still work for you, as the energy summoned here should be able to coax out your own. Whether or not you can use it as freely as others doesn't mean you don't have it. So, let's begin. And she sort of claps her hands, and then when she opens her hands are on fire, slowly crackling with a deep orange flame. She steps into the center of the circle, joins her hands together again, the flame winks out, and then alights down her hair as her hair begins to float upward. And you all notice a subtle glow, and you all hear a subtle hum begin to settle over this circle. This deep, cherry red energy sort of settles over you all, and your nostrils are filled with the smell of wood smoke, of cinnamon, of cloves, of fresh, clean air, and the taste of the purest, chillest water. Your noses begin to slightly grow cold as an invisible breeze blows across your face, like that of the morning day. Or morning day? That's that of the winter morning. Sorry, I was doing so well. Is that of the winter morning? Um, and settling down, her hair begins to fall back onto her back, and then the fire winks out, and the smoke rises from her head and coalesces into the shape of a large fox, the same auburn as her hair. It sort of looks at you all in turn, and then is gone in smoke again. Yes, Kate?
Oh no, I was just waiting for the fox.
Oh.
Bro was waiting for
That was
that.
Ro. That was
I
not
was like,
Kate. That
Got
was
it,
Ro.
got it. Yeah, the fox, when you wave, nods at you, and then is gone in smoke. And Shauna steps back to the circle, her spot in the circle, and says, "Now I know that might seem a bit dramatic or intimidating, but don't worry. I've made all the proper preparations. All you'll need to do is step into the center of the circle and try and summon your energy. Focus yourself, calm down, feel the energy within you, and let it express." So who's going to go next?
Stephanie is just like staring at Kavya.
Yeah, you guys also
Right.
notice that
Avia, show
Ren
us
is
how it's
not
done.
like at this point, like Ren is trying not to make eye contact with anybody.
Show us how it's done, Kavya. Come on.
Man. They, um, if you're meeting their eye contact, I think their eyes turn very like cold for a second, and they have like that stare back at you, and like their eyes turn from like just soft not caring to just now we're gonna stare at each other. This is gonna happen, um and they're not gonna break it.
I'm eating that
Which is-
energy. I'm good with that.
and they start tapping their foot, and saying like like that in the under their breath, and gritting their teeth in their jaw, or like, is this what their magic looks like?
Yes. You have free reign here. Do what Shauna just did, but make it your own.
Okay. Fume, smoke, looks like their face is kind of like warping and changing, and like there is this presence or like a deity kind of like behind them, just like kind of moving up with the like um what is that animal? I can't remember. Anyway, it looks just like a presence or something with like very dark glowing red eyes, and their like face, everything kind of warping in the beat. Everything smells like incense, smoke, and like a distant chanting that seems to strum up in your heart, like something you really want beating right at the door, saying, "I want to be known."
Awesome. Yeah. And as you sort of manifest this magic around you, or your own essence around you, um, it coalesces into that shape of that deity, right? I assume that was the sort of object you were going for this.
Yeah, there was an animal egg, but I didn't know what it was. My brain tossed it away.
It's okay. It's okay. If you think about it later, just interject. We'll all replace the image in our heads. Awesome. Yeah. So Shauna looks over at you and says, "That was wonderful, dear. Very powerful magic. Anyone next?"
I guess
Ren is
I'll
just
go
over
if nobody
here.
else is stepping
Yeah.
forward.
Ren is just over here pretending like, oh look, there's some lint that I hadn't seen.
Rosie, take it away.
I think right now in Miriam's head, Shauna said calm down, but she's like, no, I need to get hype. I can't do this if I'm calm. Because to her, she's only managed to do like magic when it matters, when she's not just meditative piece is not it for her. And trying to manifest it as a visual thing, I think, is not something that she's ever tried. Illusion and those sort of things are not the things that she's done. I think as she like tries to begin to manifest something, you don't smell anything because you feel like your breath catch. Miriam's magic is more about being suspended at a precipice, that peak of the jump before you fall. So I think you really just see her hair lift a little bit, but there's no dramatic light show. The air goes chill. You just feel like your heart skip a beat. It feels like when the building of music, when a song just builds and builds and builds and builds, and then it just stops before that resolving chord.
Would you say it feels like vertigo?
Maybe, yeah. A little, it just feels like you're frozen in a second in time before something happens. It's that borderline between safety and danger when your heart skips a beat because something happened, like somebody ran a stop sign and you managed to slam on your brake before anything actually happened.
Mm.
Yeah.
Great.
It's that borderline.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So as far as like the physical manifestation of this sort of magic, and this can be anything. I am asking for some sort of physical manifestation, but you don't have to summon it.
Yeah.
Shauna has laid the groundwork for you. All you have to do is let it flow through you. It will flow out. So it can
Okay.
be an object, it can be an animal, it can be a picture in smoke, whatever you want it to be, just something that we can see.
I think you see. Is it weird? I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this because I think what you see is that it reveals you are suddenly able to see the veil, so to speak. You see that there is like a film over everything. And if somebody were to, like, if there were to be like some spirits in this old college building or something, you might be able to catch glimpses of them through this film that appears over your vision.
Okay. It's almost like all of you have put on colored sunglasses. Things take on a light purplish tinge. And as you look about this circle, you see in a corner, sitting down, is an old man and a young woman. The old man is clearly teaching this woman how to play some sort of game with stones, black and white stones. And he turns to look at you. And then the magic fades. And Shauna says, well done, dear. A lot of potential there, for sure.
Okay, I'm done.
Everyone take a second to center yourself after that. After those two.
Yeah. I also want to like put out there that Ren has because when you told her like how your magic manifested and that you can't the first time you did it you were like in danger or something like that, she has offered to like punch you or something.
Oh, I've accepted. I have accepted.
Good God.
She's like, I mean,
yeah,
it might 100%. Do something.
You were responsible for the black eye.
We didn't tell the rest of them though.
No,
No.
they don't know that.
No.
But I was trying to practice shielding, and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I love
I
that
love
image. Just fucking. Anyways, who is next?
I think at this point, the only one that hasn't done it besides me is, well, the two that don't actually have innate magic are left. I think that's
I
very
Well,
fitting.
Stephanie hasn't gone either.
Stephanie hasn't gone
Stephanie
either.
hasn't
And
gone.
Oh shit! Yeah.
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 Oh, I think Stephanie should go next.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stephanie, very like, it's like watching a recording of like what just like she was just told to like just follow the steps and then like that'll happen. So she's doing like all the steps like very exact movements. And she starts to glow a little bit, and it's would remind you of the glow of the coils of like an oven, like that rich like orange glow. And the space just fills with kind of almost the scent of like a bakery, right? You have your sweet smells, you have your savory smells, it's herbal. You can smell like the raw flour, and in front of everybody, kind of hovering right at like face level, appears like the most beautiful, slightly golden brown potato chive scone that you have ever seen. And the you can just feel the warmth coming off of the scone. Like it wants to give you the warmth and coziness that it felt in the oven, and it wants to give that to you.
Like a warm hug. I love it.
From a scone.
Shauna says, "Thank you so much, dear. That's lovely."
I swear, if anything happens to Sylvia's character, I will throw hands.
Episode 4, dead.
Why would you even say
That
that
is-
out loud?
Haven,
That is my
this is our
character's
stream
just
now.
breaking
Stephanie,
moment.
Yeah.
nothing will ever happen to Stephanie again.
No, look, Ren and Ro are here to tank. We got you. We got you.
Oh,
we will
goodness
literally
gracious.
throw hands and bodies.
And bodies.
And spirits.
All right.
Yeah.
Shauna says, "And I believe we're down to 2 now. Would either of you like to go? Trust me, it'll happen."
Yeah. If the magic that's been put in the room is ready to receive what we can bring, I'm excited for it. Let's give it a try.
Right, hold on. Away you go.
Hi. And Ro will step into the circle and realizes she put the things around the room already. And I don't want to step out of the circle. I'm just gonna and she takes some of the crumpled leaves she was saving in her pocket and starts to sprinkle them around the within the salt circle too. And she's going to look at her friends and think about the connection in the room with all the magic and her excitement as she takes in all of the items that she brought from nature and the energy of her friends and the message of Siana that find that calm place. She has like this giggle that turns into a hum, that turns into a quiet camp song that she would sing as a camp counselor that I just wrote while we were going. She's just gonna go and she's gonna switch some of the words out so that they work for the coven. She's gonna go, "Here we come and here we'll stay on our favorite circle days. Here together's where we'll be, hand in hand beneath the trees. The fun we have within this rhyme brings us through the colder time. No matter how far we roam, our circle will be our home. That's it. That's thank you. Thank you. I like that
Um,
to the space. I love it.
and as you say that's it, you realize that's not it at all. The other three that have gone already are used to, maybe not always voluntarily, but definitely used to feeling the pull of magic as it leaves them, right? I mean, they use magic, they're charged with it, right? Um, so, Robo, you've never felt this before, but something deep inside of you, deep in your chest, begins to sort of almost ache, um, as you feel this warmth tingling down your limbs and into your body. Um, and suddenly, those little leaves that you sort of spread around, you look down, and the wooden floor beneath them has begun to turn back into trees, and those leaves have begun to grow on the branches, and they get to about waist height, and they just stand there, perfect little bonsais of the trees in and around Lone Creek. And sunlight begins to sort of beam across your face and warms you all the way through.
And I think the feeling of that sunlight too reminds her of the sun that she loved seeing on one tree earlier in the day that passed to the next tree. And she knows that sunlight from the two trees passed on to her now. And she just feels that connection that she feels at camp.
Yes, indeed. Um, and Shauna says, "Thank you. That was absolutely wonderful."
Oh, thank you. That was wonderful. I mean, wow, wow, just everyone, wow. It's great. It's great. Oh, thank you.
Um,
And she
as
steps back to her spot.
as you walk away, the trees almost seem to actually sort of bend toward you as if they're reaching towards you.
She
And then
waves to the trees the same as she
slowly,
waved to the fox.
they don't disappear, but it's almost like they grow downwards, back into the wood, back into the soil. um, and then Shauna says, "And I think there's only one person left. Now, I'm not going to force you, but I think being the only one that doesn't do it, come on."
And yeah, if the rest of you guys look at her, she was not looking at the center of the circle. She didn't, she heard it and felt it, but she wasn't like looking at you guys while you did any of this. And as Shauna addresses her directly, uh she finally like turns and just kind of gives a little nod, and she, like, you see she does that thing where she rubs her palms against her pants because they had gotten like clammy and sweaty, and so you guys notice that, um and there's, you can tell there's a lot going through her head, right? She has this like wooden stick, because she put her dagger in the circle, so it's part of the circle, and she knows she can't move it until everything's done here. And she grabs the stick and looks at the center of the circle and just kind of sighs. And she starts, I don't know if any of you are familiar um, with like Tai Chi, which is, it's kind of, imagine like martial arts and yoga had a baby, kind of, where it's the moving around of like energies, because that's how she was taught, is, you know, like Shauna said, all of us have essence or magic within us. Whether we can actually use it or how easily we can do that is, completely different. And, but Ren knows that your body, your energy responds to your physical body as well and to your mental state. And so she was taught like the breathing techniques to kind of move around her energy a little bit. And she takes this stick and she starts kind of going through like movements with it as if she was like doing her training. And you would see uh, there would be a sort of the smoke from the incense kind of comes in to the middle of the circle. And I don't know if any of you are aware of back in the day, miners used to have these little cages with these little birds. And the birds, they would take them down to the mines with them. And they would use the birds to know if it was dangerous or not, if there was gases trapped, because the birds would stop singing. Um, and that's what would tell the miners what was going on, right? So a very similar contraption, and you see a little bird inside of it. And the bird is like moving around and not like kind of in the little cage as she's going through these movements with the stick. And it's just hopping from side to side, and you swear you can hear the frantic chirping of the bird. And her movements start getting faster as the bird grows more and more frantic, and the room feels a little colder. And she starts like sweating a little bit. And as it stops being these training movements and they become a little bit more of she's just moving at this point, right? It doesn't look like these are real poses. She's moving through them so quickly. And there's a wind that starts kind of wrapping around the cage and the bird. And it's this cold wind that gets faster and faster. And if you guys are looking at the bird in the cage with now this wind coming around it, you wouldn't see it, but you hear a crack. And if you turn, she has accidentally snapped the stick in half and is panting. And when you hear that crack of the physical stick, the wind just and disperses, just like this rush of strong wind, and you swear you see the bird fly out as well. And it just kind of calms to like a very like silence as it all just stops. And she's just there with like the two halves of her stick panting, and she looks like she wants to just leave the room. And she's about to just toss the sticks down and walk out of the room. But after a couple of breaths, she like remembers there's other people here and remembers where she is. And she doesn't look at any of you again. Um, and she just sits cross-legged on the ground and just pretends like none of it happened.
Shauna says, "That was fantastic, dear. Everyone, down to the floor. We need to ground our energy."
Full crisscross applesauce sip.
Shauna sits like on her heels, like knees touching the ground, kind of thing, and sort of bends forward, almost like I don't know how to say it correctly. I've only ever read it kotoing, and sort of leads you all through a quick grounding ritual to disperse the energy summoned here today. And then she stands up and calmly breaks the circle and ushers you all out of the brig. So, my dears, that was something incredibly special. I'm glad that we've all gotten to the level where we can do that together. And how are we all feeling?
No eye contact. Silence.
Do you need something to drink,
Hungry.
Ren?
No, I'm fine. She sticks the pieces of the stick in her backpack.
I'm good. Y'all
yeah.
good?
Can we bring
Her-
snacks?
We definitely brought snacks.
Is
Yes, I
there?
did.
Is there anything
Stephanie
else?
was like, "Can we make cookies before we leave?" But the thing is, we already had 2 different types of cookies that we were bringing with us. So,
Of course. I've prepared some things in the other room. Why don't we all change out of our circle attire and we can sit and have a meal?
Do we have to?
Of course not. You're not obliged to stay,
Okay.
dear.
No, I mean, do we have to change out of our circle attire? I quite like. I still want to wear this.
Oh, well. If the energy is good for you, the energy is good for me.
Great. Yay.
And you all sit and have a meal together.
y'all are so cool. What the hell?
Wait, is that this or is that?
No, that's in character, bestie.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Yes, you are all very cool. Oh, what that was? Did that accomplish what you were looking for, Sienna?
Well, dear, I wasn't really looking for anything. I simply wanted you all to
What were you
experience.
scrying about then?
Well, my friend, well, really more of a colleague, is visiting and wanted my expertise. I scry with fire, which is not a very common medium, and he scries with water and sometimes with stone or a luch. And he was looking for my input on a query he had. He's trying to work through a problem.
Oh,
Do you think you could do that? I'm turning to Kavya. Kavya, sorry, I said that wrong that time.
Scry?
Yeah. You do stuff with like soul fire or whatever, right?
I do, but scrying is something different. I don't usually have curiosity for what happens or what to look into, but I could add it to my list. If you don't mind a little bit of tutoring.
Of course I don't. If scrying something you're interested in, we can talk about it. Fire tends to be a bit of an unleashed type of scrying. It sort of shows you what it wants to show you. But I know you work with fire, and I'd be happy to pass along any tips I have.
I can do that.
All right. And in this sort of lull in conversation after that, there's a knock at the door. And Shauna gets up to answer it, and standing there is a man. He's about the same height as Shauna, about 6 foot. He's got a bald head and a very sort of square, well manicured salt and pepper goatee. And he's got these pince nez, I guess you say, glasses. Sort of resting on the bridge of his nose there without the arms. And he's sort of got this dark vest on. He's got a tweed jacket with the elbow pads, mind you, and long slacks and nice shoes polished to a mirror shine. And he looks at Shauna and says, "Pardon me, dear, I merely forgot something here earlier. Oh, my
You were
apologies.
kidding about him interrupting us.
Were you in the middle of a circle? I'm so sorry. Hello, everyone. My name is Edric Garrow. I'm an associate for Shauna's here.
Hello, Edric. Nice to meet you. I am Ro, also an associate, friend
Coven
of
member.
Shauna's. Oh,
Friend is fine, dear.
friend. I'm a friend of Shauna's.
Yes, this is Edric, the man I was telling you all about. And sure, Edric, let's figure out what you left, and we'll find it for you here. And back in a tick, you lot. And they both sort of leave the room for a moment.
Speaking of lost things, Stephanie, I have
I was
your
just about to
phone.
ask if you found it.
Somewhere I found it. Ren found it under the couch, and it's in one of my pockets somewhere. I just gotta find which pocket, but I have it.
Do you think they're looking into? What kind of question is he needing help answering? They're needing to scry for it. What the hell do you think is going on?
A little too far from your mic when you do that, Rosie.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm actually very close to my mic, so I'm gonna fuck with my gain. Sorry, one sec.
Here, I have my phone, and I can call your phone, and then maybe I'll feel what pocket it's in. Hold on.
We don't need our phones right now.
That's true. Oh, should we not bring phones to circle? Is that not a thing? I could put it away.
No, but if you found Stephanie's phone, then that's important. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, you're
Right.
welcome.
When you took out your phone for that moment to see if you would call Stephanie's phone to find it, your battery was dead. And you're almost sure it was at least half full before circle.
I might need a new one of these. This one seemed to lose its battery really quickly. Did the Airlick battery affect my phone?
Oh, I mean, I guess it could.
It's definitely possible, yeah.
Well, let me
Right.
check Stephanie's phone and see. And immediately,
Ren?
the exact pocket that Stephanie's phone was in, just find it
I'm just gonna check
immediately.
their phone real quick.
And check Stephanie's phone.
Yeah, anybody whose phone was at circle, the phone is now dead.
I definitely left mine at home, actually. I knew better than that.
This is like a new edition. I don't understand why.
It's
Is this a circle?
it's the energy got what we did took a lot of energy.
Oh. So my phone
And-
also gave the circle? That's interesting. Well, here you go, Stephanie.
Oh, well, thank you. I didn't know I was missing this, but
Immediately
can
drops it,
charge
the battery
both
falls
of your-
out.
Okay, we can charge Rose's phone when we get home. Stephanie, I think we need to get you a new one.
Oh, that's true. I should just give you my phone too. She's about to give it to Stephanie and then smiles at Stephanie and hands it to Miriam instead.
I'm tempted to try to do something.
Ooh, what?
One sec, let me read something.
dear.
Roleplay amongst
Meddling?
yourselves.
are we meddling?
Let me cook.
Role play amongst yourselves. My God.
The amount of times I say that when
Yeah.
I'm running games, if I'm looking something up, yeah.
I just say
Yeah.
take it away, gang.
I'm
That's
just
pretty much what
saying
say.
I could, because nobody else seems to be curious about what's going on here with this
Oh,
gentleman.
No, we just want to make sure the phones things was there, and Kavya noticing the phones and the fact that everyone's phones were down,
Mhm.
and they just went off to scry, and the fact that they also were curious about scrying. They have something. I can't remember what it was. I have to look it up too. But they're gonna be they're gonna snoop
Okay.
a little bit.
Wait.
So how
I
are
think we make
snooping?
eye contact as this conversation is going on, and we both make eye contact, and we're like,
It's yeah, this weird.
yeah.
Like,
I
Should
would
we
like to
ask
try
them?
to astrally project upstairs or to wherever they are.
Rose, should we
Wouldn't
go ask them
they
what's
be able
going
to
on?
see
And
that?
meanwhile,
Yeah,
Okay.
they would be able to see that.
No, not necessarily. Because let me see here.
Well, depending on what Edric's specialty is, you don't
Mhm.
know that.
Yeah, you don't know if he can see.
Let me just read
Um,
this description.
Kavya, what are you doing to snoop?
You went upstairs, right?
They just went out the door there into Shauna's office.
Kavya's just leaning against the door, pretending to be on their phone, and like putting their like ear to it.
I like how you're performing for people who can't see you. Like everyone else knows you're snooping. That's wonderful. Let me save you the trouble really fast, Rosie.
Okay, cool.
As you sort of lay down to focus and try and astral project, and Kavya, as you sort of lean against the door, I would like for everyone here to make a difficult willpower test.
Okay.
Lovely. Totally not.
What is
sus
this
at all.
against?
We
What
have
is
stuff for
this?
this.
Yeah, because I have stuff that affects those kind of rules.
It's not really against anything specific. It's, well, I mean, it is, but I don't know. Depending on what you resist, I don't know if you resist just flat out essence at all. Do you?
So I have Nerves of Steel, which is against fear tests.
Also have that.
Not a fear test.
And
Oh, fast reaction time provides a bonus of +1 on willpower tests to resist fear. I guess that's not this either.
yeah, okay. Cool.
Okay.
You just roll plus willpower.
Yep, just plus willpower. Yep.
And we're rolling a d10, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 9 for me. Perfectly
That's,
average. I had 4.
I just got a 10 plus 3 for 13.
Nice.
Yo, you got a 10.
got
Roll it
a
again.
12.
I got an
Oh, is it an exploding dice system?
Sort of.
got an 8 on the die plus 6
Nice.
Wow.
for a.
Damn.
I can't math. Oh my god.
It's 14.
More than 10.
Um,
that.
What did you get on your second roll, Moss? 6? Is that what you said? Okay, so you add 1 to that as well, so it's an 11. Or it's +1 of whatever you just got after you rolled the 10. So
We can't hear you
we
anymore,
can't
Maz.
hear you at all.
Sorry. 10 plus 3 willpower is 13, so it was 14.
Perfect, 14. So that's where you end up at a 14. And Stephanie?
I got a 4.
Oh
Awesome.
no.
Ro?
12.
12. Awesome. Okay, so Ro, Ren, and Kavya. You're all fine. Kavya, Stephanie, and Miriam. All three of you feel this enormous burst of essence sort of wash over you. That tingling feeling is more like being electrocuted. You feel it all the way down your spinal column, and Kavya, it's like you blink and you can taste like peanut butter, like you just got struck by lightning. And you sort of lose balance for a second, but you're okay. Miriam, you, like, your vision, like tunnel visions, it goes dark for a second and then sort of clears as you stumble, but you're okay. Ro and Ren, you're both all right. You both kind of get like a headache sort of building behind your eyes for a second, and it almost feels like you have a brain freeze, and then it kind of goes away. Stephanie, you feel this incredibly jarring jolt all the way down your spinal column, and you hit the fucking deck. You're out. You're cold. You're cold done.
What the fuck was that? I'm going to get
So,
Shauna.
As soon as this effect washes over everyone, a few of you feel these feelings, and Stephanie just face plants, hits the deck. And that's where we're going to end today.
Are you
Oh.
serious?
I'm going to get Shauna. Put a pin in that. I am going to get Shauna.
We don't want to end yet. We want to keep playing.
Oh my
Shout out to
Why?
our hydration reminder now that we're not in character anymore.
Indeed. Thank you for all the hydrations, Xavier.
Thank you.
I couldn't hydrate too much because I was going to
Ugh.
have to pee before the end of the stream if I drank too much.
Okay. So, how do we feel? Really quick. Everybody feeling good about this so far? Everybody like their
Yeah,
characters?
I love
I love
everyone.
everybody's characters. This is
Me too.
great.
Let me
Such a
be
good
clear, it's
time.
not that I don't care about Stephanie, it's that I'm going to get somebody who's going to be more competent at helping Stephanie than me.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we are with you.
But it's okay because Ro is also first aid CPR certified.
Amazing.
Me
Amazing.
too.
You have to be
Look
to be a
at
camp
that. The
counselor.
two mundanes have to have
Heck
something,
yeah.
you know, to
Yes.
Well, thank you, audience, for joining us for our first episode of this series. Hi, Bubbo. And thank you to our lovely cast. Of course, wouldn't be possible without y'all. So why don't we go around the table and introduce ourselves one last time, really fast. Let's start with Yuri, because that face you made was silly.
Hello. It's just so weird being like a sad person because I'm always like, oh, and so like staying quiet and stuff and not bantering and shit. It's fucking hard, y'all. It's hard. But to everybody, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us, for staying with us. Those that watched all the way through, and a lot of people joined us at the end. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Yuri. That is Yuri. Pronouns she, they. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast, absolutely everywhere, especially here. I was Ren. That's WERN. Also pronouns she, they. If you don't know what it is, it's a bird. If you couldn't tell by the whole
I'm sorry.
thing.
You just spelled Wern, and that's so funny.
Wait, no,
R-E-N.
WREN. That's what I said. Is that not what I
Oh,
said?
you said W-E-R-N. I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt your flow, but that was so funny you spelled Wern. I just love the idea of hearing that in my head. I'm so sorry.
Listen, we're at the end of a TTRPG session. We all have spent all of our brain cells, and also
yeah.
that description, Yuri, was fucking incredible. So, like, you get a pass.
Yeah, no.
I
Like
get a
you
pass for
did,
misspelling.
you did so good at words tonight already. Like
Yeah.
you did
I'm
it.
out
You
of
just spent all
words.
your
That's
spell
what it
slots on
is.
that. That's fine.
I'm
So
out of
true.
words. Yeah, it's so hard, like not playing a character that has like my personality in it. But it's very fun. It's definitely something that I'm looking forward to exploring. Especially with all of you. Everybody's characters is so awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you again. And we're moving on.
Yes,
Do
we
you like
are.
popcorn? I'm
Sylvia.
getting popcorn. Oh, damn it.
Just to
Caitlin's
fuck with
in
Yuri.
charge now.
Just to fuck with Yuri.
Thanks.
Quick pass it, quick pass
Whatever.
it. Hi everybody, I'm Sylvia, Shadow Sylvia, or just Shadow. Any of those combinations are great. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me everywhere relevant at Shadow Sylvia. I'll be here doing witch stuff apparently until episode 4, and then we'll see. Past then, that's no promises.
I wasn't serious. I'll kill you in the last episode.
No, we gotta hang
Thank
on.
you so much for saving it till the end. I appreciate that.
All I'm saying is maybe if you die, you might still be able to be in the game. I don't know.
Maybe that old man's gonna
Dying
teach you
TTRPGs
go.
can be dying TTRPGs can be fun character development. Like
Yes.
Anyways, Sylvia, please introduce yourself
That was it.
properly.
That was everything.
Okay,
that
okay.
was everything.
As long as that's everything. As long as you're okay with that, we're good.
Sylvia does Roll D5, y'all. Go check out Roll
Oh,
D5.
yeah. I'm abbing over
There
here.
we go. How about that?
They're
Kate.
awesome.
hello, I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, and also don't kill my character. And I had so much fun tonight. Thank you so much to everyone on camera and in the chat. This was a great vibe. Gonna talk about don't kill my character stuff because perfect timing for tomorrow. I'm doing a surprise stream that has not been announced on my socials yet, but it is in my Discord. My friend Amethyst from college is going to be doing a tarot reading Dungeons & Dragons character sheet creation with me. So Amethyst specializes in tarot and is going to pull cards to create a character for me. So it's going to be super fun. That's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on my Twitch channel, which is here. Hi, just put that in the chat. DKMC for Don't Kill My Character RPGs. And then also I have Yuri on my channel more. So if you want to see Yuri be like more
Oh yeah,
outgoing,
we have a
yeah.
we have a masks game coming up. That's gonna be great. Also, real quick, are you logged into both your personal and your channel
Oh yeah,
Twitch
yeah.
right now?
I'm both.
Incognito tab for the win.
Get those double views. Yeah, so Yuri will be over on my channel on Tuesday, December 26th. And then I have another superhero show on Saturday, the 23rd. And it's just real fun times. So yeah, come join us over here. And hopefully you'll get all of these people also over there. Moss has already been there. And we're going to do another one of those too.
Rock on.
Love you all.
Awesome
Yeah,
stuff.
rock on. Also, PAX Unplugged. I'm going to be there. So if you're there, please say hi. And I have a huge cosplay meetup happening. It's an hour and a half long. So please come. They gave me an hour and a half. So please come.
Only if
Yeah.
you
Thank
ask
you.
nicely.
Moz.
Pretty please. As pretty please as all the people on this screen are pretty. That pretty.
Here, I'll hide my face so it's more pretty.
Shut
Wow.
up.
How dare you talk about my friend that way?
Haven,
Oh,
your hair
dear.
is gorgeous. I'm genuinely jealous of your hair. Shut the fuck up. Motts, please tell everybody where to find yourself.
Yes, Moz, please, I beg you, say things.
Hi all. This is Biscuit. Say Biscuit.
Hi, Biscuit.
And I'm Moz. I am a voice actor. I also run games over at Starcrawl RPG with my community. So if you check me out on Twitch, we do video games with my like really cool community and world builds, and then we take those worlds and play games over at Starcrawl RPG. And we do like new games, games for like new players, and especially try to get 50% BIPOC at the table because we were players that really didn't find that. So that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, I will also be at PAX U. It'll be my first ever PAX U, sir. I will give you all the rubs. Let me just finish this. I promise. You want to hold hands? Okay, let's hold hands.
Oh.
So,
He's a
and-
familiar.
he really is. So it'll be my first time, but I will be there to meet, hang out, play games, and also make some awesome content because I really love the TTRPG space and voice acting for TTRPG. So if you need like an NPC or an AI on board a starship, which I was for like a year and a half, I'm your person. Hey.
Rock on.
Yeah.
Love that. Rosie, last but not least.
Hi, Rosalie, Rosie, Rose, Rosa, whichever you like. I like them all. You can find me on all my social medias at Rosatyrs, ROSATYRS. I'm just a performer, not just a performer, but I mostly work with TTN. You can find me obviously here. You can see me on every other Friday playing Monsters and Other Childish Things. I play Evie, whose monster is Miss Bitsy, the incredibly fucked up Tinkerbell with insectoid features and needle sharp teeth and hair of holding. So definitely go check that out every other Friday around the same time. I think it's like a half hour different from the start time. You can also find me on Magnificence, which releases every other Friday as well. That is a D&D 5e dark fantasy podcast. I play Sage. She's a wizard and I love her. She's terrible. Magnificence is truly so close to my heart. I really hope everybody loves it. We just recorded episode 30 yesterday, which feels insane. We have been recording for over a year now, and it is so close to my heart, so I hope everybody enjoys it. You can also find me currently on Bedlam and Discord most Thursdays. We've had about a 5-6 week break because life happened. People came down with COVID. It wasn't good. But you can hear me play Pathfinder 2nd Edition on there. And just stay tuned. We're starting on Game Master Monday's Twitch channel. We're going to be starting to play the Festive 3, and I think Maz, you're gonna be in that as well. Yes, you can see both Maz and I. That's going to be the first 3 Tuesdays in December, doing some festive holiday killing of death gods. So yeah, tune in for that. I'm all over the place. Just follow me on socials. I don't know. I'll shut up now.
Never shut Rosie up. Anyone who tries is dead. Last on the list for today, listen, don't listen to my language. It's always incredibly violent. Is me. Hello, I'm Haven. I do things here on TTN. I don't really get many opportunities to play anywhere else, but I'm here. You can always find me here.
Do you want to play other places?
We'll get shit.
Why not? We'll figure
we'll
it
work
out.
on it. We'll work on it.
But I truly adore the work I get to do here. I am part of the leadership for TTN, and it is one of my favorite places in the universe to be, and it's all digital, so you can see how cool that is. We got a lot of shows. We got so many shows, guys. We got so many shows. So many that we're recording, so many that are coming out later. The schedule for next year on this Twitch is popping. For lack of a better word.
So good. It's so good. I'm so excited.
We're doing so much shit, honestly, gang. You're gonna want to tune in. Fuck it. I'll announce it right now. It's November. We're doing a year-long game of Wanderhome, happening every week. We're starting in Snow Blanket and we're ending in Snow Blanket. We're starting in January, ending in December. So that's gonna fucking rule. Please tune in for that. We have some awesome other stuff coming down the pipeline. I won't bore you all with all the details, but do please stick around, follow, and you'll see a whole lot more awesome content coming your way from this channel. Not to mention all of our podcasts and all of our YouTube. The VODs go up on the YouTube a little while after the streams, and so if you missed any part of it, you're interested, you want to show your friends, they're all there. They're all there. Thank you once again to this splendiferous cast. It has been a true joy chronicling for all of you today. And audience, be safe. Don't drink and drive. Stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, witches.